Perfect. And waiting for the preview. There we go. And I'm going live. Greetings, friends! Welcome back to another episode of Curse of the Crimson Throne. A campaign where the players have not really dealt with the Crimson Throne or its curse at all. Like, not even for one session.
I mean, is the curse just like the person who's on it is a jerk? Because we have dealt with that.
Possible. I mean, you've seen it. You've seen the Crimson Throne for like half a session, so there's that.
I mean, somebody did threaten her.
You guys, holy cow. Leave it up to player characters to walk into a queen's courtroom and just start accusing her of crap. The joys of pen and paper games. But that was a long time ago and many battles away. But last session was unfortunately a bit short because I was on call that week, and of course, inevitably, servers. You know what? I don't even remember. I don't even remember what happened because I blocked that stuff out. But it involved PowerShell. I remember it involved PowerShell. That's all I remember. But anyway, I had to stop. So we didn't get very far, but hopefully we'll make up for it this week. Last week, you guys interrogated the prisoners, the two thugs that you had gotten, Thug 1 and Thug 2. I don't believe you'd even asked their names, or you might have. I don't think so. One of them was more amiable than the other, shall we say? After long discussion and a little cutting, as one does, they apparently agreed to, if you set them free, they would lead the Emperor's men away from the orphanage. Their argument being that they fought you once and they're lucky to be alive. If they lead more men to you, they will have to fight you again and may not make it out this time. Whether they are telling the truth or not, you guys seem to, your characters seem to believe them well enough. And the session ended as you had let them go, given them their weapons back. Well, one of them still had his, because he was bound in the iron manacles. And sent them on their way. And we had literally pretty much just stopped right there. So, I'm going to throw this into your court. Picking up maybe a few minutes after they left. Is there anything anyone would want to say or do?
About what time of day is it?
It is about noon-ish. You left around 10 a.m. to go shopping, and then you entered Gold Corvosa maybe an hour ago. So it's about noonish.
Do we need to catch Muri up on a thing that happened last session?
No, she is caught up. She is aware.
Okay. Cool.
Just assume she hasn't said anything about it.
Gotcha.
Which is exactly what I said. I said, I am not comfortable talking as Muri about this. I did say the only thing I said as Muri was Muri did express concern about not wanting more people to attack her home, as the bees may not survive it, and it's been through quite a lot already. And that was it. That was the only thing Muri said all last session. Otherwise, she was quietly contemplative. Because that, I think, I felt comfortable as Muri saying, because obviously Muri would care about that.
Yes. Please don't throw more people at her house. Thank you.
Mary just opens the window. Stop hurting my house.
It's been through enough.
So I put the ball in your court.
So we let them go. Did we decide on whether or not we were just gonna go straight looking for Ben Carlo?
No. We haven't decided.
Okay.
That should be what's the plan? What do we want to do?
I believe, just a quick reminder, both Robin and Wary have their familiars surveying, right?
Correct. And the Arcane Eye, Freya, it has disappeared about 2-3 minutes ago. Right about the time you were able to watch them leave, and as they kind of faded from your view, so did the eye.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm ensuring everyone has had a short rest, so spin any hit die if you need to. Some of you, like Kitty, are injured, and Murray has a few hit points that need to be spent. So you, during this time, have taken a short rest. You can use hit die if you feel the need.
I remember how many.
Oh, did I forget to tell you, Murray? I expended all your magical healing charges on the stove.
On the what?
On the
The
stove.
stove.
So no magical
He
healing
knows how
today.
important it is for you.
Well, I mean, a lady's got to cook.
No, actually, you didn't use any spells of any kind. So you, whatever you had when the session started, you still have.
Okay.
Ross, do you spend any time fixing up Kitty during that short break? Short
Yes,
rest?
I do. And I'm trying to figure out where I put the folder with that info. But I'll cast mending, which is I have to look it up.
Sure. You can just do it behind the scenes as you find it.
I believe you can fix her 1 square foot at a time.
Yeah.
So, what's the plan?
Well, if I remember correctly, we were supposed to hunker down and pretend that this building is super duper empty until we knew that the Kingsmen had passed. And for right now, I think that's probably the best idea. Or am I
We-
misremembering?
No, that's correct. And I think it would partly be in Wary's interest to check and see, like, who all in Old Corvosa is alive. Like, how many people are still alive versus how many people are dead. Anybody she knows. And of course, trying to locate Van Carlo, but I'm assuming that his house is closer to where the Emperor has his, like, stronghold?
Yes and no. Give me a second here. Not really, no. Van Carlo's house is closer to Garrison Hill than it is Old Dock. So it's away from the Emperor's strength.
Okay, but we also don't know what's going to be there.
Correct. Last Robin knew, the school that was attached to the house had been burned down. But as far as in the house itself, Robin did not venture at that point in time.
Okay. So we'd probably want to do some surveillance on that before anything else.
Okay. So what's the immediate plan? Are you waiting here, or are you just headed out? Do you guys want to stay here for another amount of time, or?
Do we know how much time we'd have before the Emperor's men come through this area? Like an estimate. I mean, not an exact number, but
There's really no good way to even begin to measure that. It would all depend on what kind of response time they have. Do they care? How long does it take for them to muster forces? How big a force are they mustering? These are all questions you would have no answer
Right.
to.
would we know at least that the Emperor's place, or if it's far enough away that we could just walk out after letting those people go and not have to worry
absolutely.
about it?
You know that it's
Okay.
at least, I mean, unless you are sprinting, it's at least a good 15-20 minute walk. At least in Old Corvosa. Plus, Majenko and the Raven are giving you a advanced warning system.
Edward.
Mhm.
Oh,
Edward?
Edgar. Edgar.
Erdegar.
Cool.
His name is Edgar.
Do we want to just go ahead and start walking to the place while talking about the plan? I mean, otherwise we might be here for another hour or two in character.
That's not a bad thing. I mean,
Well, right. I get that. It's in character. How concerned are we about Van Carlo? Is the question.
I mean, he's a big boy. He can take care of himself.
Robin looks on edge and is trying not to stand near the door as if he's waiting for everyone.
Gotcha.
Fidgeting a little bit with things, over cleaning his nails.
Yeah.
I mean, I say we just go ahead and continue, and if people are gonna come, let them come. But we can't control that right now. Got.
I mean, if the building is empty, they're not probably going to do anything to it. If they are, they could have done that a while ago. So.
There was a swarm of bees stopping them from doing anything else to it.
Right, but why would they specifically attack the building today and not yesterday, for instance? I mean, not. Yeah. I'm saying that the building's probably fine.
Okay. All right. Yeah. There was one thing that Mary wanted to do in character, but it.
Well, that can be done. I was just asking if we wanted to, handle one thing or two.
If we want to head out to Van Carlo's house and see if we can survey the area, that would actually be a good thing to talk about on the way there.
Right. That's what I was thinking.
I can set up an alarm so that we'll know if somebody comes here while we're out. And
okay, and we've also got 2 familiars looking at stuff, so I think it's pretty safe to say if anybody drops by, we'll know.
Yeah.
Okay, so do we want to go to Van Carlo's? Do we want to wait to the cover of darkness? Because my only concern is that walking in the street right now seems to be a very dangerous venture.
Well, we don't.
And if we don't want, say, the Arconas to know we're here, it might be in our best interest to avoid detection.
Do we actually have to walk in the streets though? From what I remember, isn't there a large amount of stuff on the roofs where people live, the shanties, and you can walk around on the roofs without not being seen much?
They're called the shingles, yes.
Shingles.
Though you have no idea what state they would be in after the quarantine. It was generally the more dangerous part of town, even at the best of times, because it's where the poorest of the poor went.
Okay, so maybe that's not a good idea.
I'm not saying we can't go now, I'm just saying we might want to be careful about it.
I mean, it's a fair point. I feel like there would be just as dangerous of people walking around at night as during the day, though. And it's not no one can see at night. It's just, we have party members who can see at night fine. The enemies could as well. So
we can just go in small groups. Maybe
let's not. That's a good idea. Let's not all go in one solid group. Let's go maybe 1 or 2 at a time.
And
let's do maybe 2 or 3 at a time. Actually, let's not have people go alone.
Yeah, not alone, but groups of 2 or 3 at a time. I might actually. This is just for surveillance, right?
Yeah, if we can figure out what happened to, what state is his house in, if we can figure out if we can get inside, what happened to the school, if there's anybody in there, all those questions need to be answered. So why don't we go? Why don't we be a little bit careful about it? Let's make sure that nobody is alone at any given time.
Ross kind of looked at Kitty and at Portly and said, well, I mean, Kitty's pretty obvious. I might leave her here.
Go for it.
Think giant corgi might be.
A giant corgi with 9 hit points.
You guys don't give it
Oh.
enough credit. It killed a champion
No!
of Gorham.
I think he's amazing. I'm just saying he might be a little obvious and draw unwanted attention.
Does Portly function like a normal familiar?
Mm-mm.
He functions like a mount.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I
It's
was gonna
fine
ask 'cause,
steed, not fine
Mhm.
familiar.
Okay.
Okay,
No.
so the animals stay here.
With the bees.
I was gonna make a joke, but I shouldn't.
Were you going to suggest that Mary stay behind?
Oh, by
you
the way,
weren't you?
By the way, I should
No.
mention, Wiri, the beehive itself, as I told you, it's at 1/3 strength as what it was originally. If it were to grow back to full strength, you know it would take about 2 months, but you would also have to provide it nutrients and food because Old Corvosa
Oh,
and
God, that's fine.
yeah, and Wiri had been doing this from the start because Old Corvosa not exactly a plethora of flowers around.
That's fine, and you'll see her go over to the kitchen and pry up one of the flagstones, where she stores her sort of non-perishable goods, and pull out multiple jars, both glass and clay, of honey, and start feeding them.
One at a time with a tiny spoon. Okay. It only takes about 10 minutes or so to get that done. So, if I understand correctly, Portly and Kitty are staying behind, and the rest of you are moving on to where? To Van Carlo's house?
To kind
Yeah,
of check
did
it
you
out.
Yeah, did you want to set the alarm spell too, or is that good enough?
No, I'll set the alarm spell.
Okay.
That way we will know.
Okay.
I can't.
So do we want to have Tanks go first, Caster second?
I
Well,
feel
if
like
we're
we shouldn't
splitting-
send the squishies by themselves.
If we're splitting up the groups, we should have one person in each group who actually knows where they're going. So Robin and Weary should probably be in separate groups. And we probably want someone who knows message or sending in either group as well. So
I mean, Amelia and Aras both know where Van Carlo's house is as well.
Yeah, they've been there
that's
before.
true. You know
Yeah.
what? I think it's just Freya and Robin who don't know.
Robin would know, right?
Yeah, Robin
Just
knows.
like-
I didn't mean to
it's
say
Van
Robin.
Carlo's
I didn't mean to
house.
say Robin. No, I'm sorry.
Freya and Freya.
It's
God,
just the two of us.
actually, yeah, have Rhea and Freya ever met Van Carlo?
Yeah.
Yes, Freya
Well,
certainly has.
once.
Yeah, no, but both of you.
Twice.
Yeah, you've met.
Yeah,
Just
at the
walked into his house.
They
banquet.
they were there when he dropped that pile of gold.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's right. Yeah.
I
Rhea,
remember-
Rhea was also there at the banquet.
Yep.
He
So
tried to ram and break down the door or the wall or whatever, and he couldn't do it, so Freya had to do it for him.
Uh huh.
it's the best
And
thing ever.
and Van Carlo returned Foss' body to Freya.
Mhm.
So they've had quite a few interactions.
Okay.
Though, actually, to be fair, I don't know, because all of those were as... No, most of those were as
No.
Blackjack. But no, Freya was there. Freya and Rhea would know that Van Carlo was Blackjack by this point.
Well, we were there. At least Rhea was when he revealed himself.
Right. I think Freya was as well. If she wasn't, she was there when... Okay, perfect. Well, then never mind. We're good. You're good. You're all good. I mean, Van Carlo may not be. You don't know. But you're good. All right. So, 2x2s. Majenko and Robin first.
No.
Alright.
Robin's going to pull his bird also back and have it kind of fly much higher above and try and transition between views to make sure they're not going to come up on someone.
Got you. From a distance, roll me a perception check for him. What is his name? It will take me forever to pronounce him correctly.
Erdegar.
Erdegar with a D.
Erdegar. Yeah.
Remember, this is the guy that can't even get Trinia correct. So
Don't get you all the things.
All right. With that perception check, you can tell there is activity stirring in the core of the old docks where the Emperor's power is strongest, but it's not a frenzy of activity. It'll probably be quite some time, 15-20 minutes before you have to worry about anything, at least.
Okay.
Okay. So, shall we say, Muiri, Amelia, Robin, and then Freya, Rhea, and Ross?
Sure.
And where are you planning on meeting? So here, let me pull up old Corvosa for everyone.
I mean, we're following like maybe 500 feet from each other or whatever, but just at enough of a distance that it doesn't seem obvious.
Gotcha. So, if you guys zoom in on old Corvosa, I will give you some info that you might want. So, orphanage, kinda here-ish, where the arrow is, around there.
No, there's a pin in it. It's the green pin on Old Dock.
No, that's Old Dock. That's literally just telling you that's Old Dock. I don't think we ever placed a pin where the orphanage actually is. No, the green pin.
That's right about where it is, actually.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I think I remember we had just said we were going to consider that the orphanage because it was right around.
Oh, well, that's fair enough. All right, then, Robin, you know that right at the top of H4 is the center of Piltswizzle, the Emperor's stronghold. So, not a large distance to be sure. Probably a good. Hang on. Do I have any sort of meter measurement on this map? I do not. I'll have to eyeball it. Probably a good, like I said, 15-20 minutes at a brisk pace. Faster if you run. Van Carlo's house, on the other hand, is over here, where the houses start to thin out and you start getting more higher quality houses a bit closer to the shoreline. He's not on the shoreline, but he's closer to it. So the opposite direction.
As we're walking by, can I look to see at the end of the dock if my rowboat's still there?
I mean, do you plan on going to the docks and then over?
Well, it's at the very edge, so I don't know how far we are from it. It looks like it's just in somebody's backyard along the road.
Right. Trying to remember where you guys actually parked it, because didn't you
At
park
the
it?
very far edge.
You mean like over here
the
somewhere?
dock. Yeah, like right where the wood meets the rock.
No. I'm saying where. If take a look at your map, I'm saying where in Old Corvosa did you park it? Because that there are docks around the whole.
Right here, right?
Yeah, right where that purple arrow is.
Gotcha.
Sorry. It took me too long to find the arrow tool.
Yeah, you could take a quick detour over there. And see if your rowboat is still there. Go ahead and roll me a D100, please. So
Everybody or?
No, just a Ross. So 2 D10s.
Mm-hmm. 63.
Okay. Yes, actually, the boat is still there. However, it is a bit banged up. It looks like there was a fire on this part of the dock, and part of it did catch the ship, but the water put it out before it was able to actually burn the ship down. So the front end of it is charred a bit, but as far as you can tell, it's still seaworthy.
Okay. That's good to know.
Would probably not take a lot of damage, though, to put it under.
Sure.
So,
But as a quick, like, escape or distraction.
sure. You guys continue on your way. The rain falling down in a constant, steady drizzle. The clouds a sunless gray, and the streets almost barren. As you get away from Old Dock, though, the scenery does get a little better. There aren't as many dead bodies in the streets. There are no bodies strung up as examples. The further you get away from the Emperor's power, the closer you get to Garrison Hill, which is under the protection of the Arconas, the more decent, I guess you could say, the scenery becomes, though that's still not saying a lot. It's still one of the poorest sections of town, and it's still covered in mud and filth, and there are still people in the street starving, asking for food, or shying away from you altogether as you pass. Do you guys do anything? Do you ignore them? What's your general modus operandi when it comes to people like that?
I am giving out I have 19 rations.
Okay.
And I plan on trying to give out 1 or 2 at a time in such a way to not get mobbed.
There's not enough people around to mob you in this area. It's
Okay.
Give me a second. Yeah, you come across 7 people, or 7 groups of people total. Most of them are single people. 2 of those are small families, a husband and wife, and 1 or 2 children huddled with them.
I will give extra rations for the kid until I run out.
Okay.
I figure that's enough people to give away 19.
Sure, absolutely. So you do give out your rations, and they are very grateful for having done so. And one of them, the father of one of the families, grasps your hand and says, "Thank you. Thank you. I did not expect to find kindness in this place. And from a dwarf to boot."
I mean, right now we gotta take care of each other, because, well, that's all we have.
Yes.
We can't rely on our neighbors. Who can we rely on?
You're right, but I have no way of repaying you.
I don't need repayment. If you feel like you have to, pay it forward. Help somebody else.
I will try, but that is dangerous these days. People are as likely to stab you as they are to accept your aid.
I mean, be safe. Take care of your family.
I will try. Blessings upon you.
And on to you.
And with that, they'll move away from the street so that they can eat their rations in hopeful peace. You guys make your way to the area where Robin was last when you were at Vencarlo's home. How do you... So, here, let me show you. We shall say... Oh god, I wonder how small I can actually make this. Very, very tiny. We shall say that this is Vencarlo's house. And the school, but of course as you approach it you can see that much like Robin described, the school, the place where you guys once sparred with Vencarlo, has been burned to the ground, and now it is nothing but charred remains. The house itself, as it was a little disconnected from it, is fairly unharmed. It is a small but well built and sturdy house, especially for old Corvosa. It has one entrance, a doorway that it faces the street that you are catty corner from. You guys would have probably approached this direction. So, and I just got rid of my square. So how would you like to approach the house to view it?
I would suggest that the front group just go ahead and walk past. And view it as they walk past. The behind group can just kind of slow down and see if who's around and observe anybody and see if there's anybody watching the first group go by.
Robin is going to dip out to the side into an alleyway and kind of just wander around and put his bird above it.
Okay, sure. Do me a stealth check.
Yay!
Okay. You do so, slipping into the mud-covered alleys. You don't see anyone directly, or what's the word I'm looking for? Obviously. The area seems to be empty at the moment. Roll me a perception check. All of you go ahead and roll me a perception check. Just what you might see might be different given your perspectives. Okay, I'll start with Robin. Robin, you don't find any signs of people or souls that have been in these alleys for, quite some time. The rain and the mud makes it kind of difficult, but at least it does leave good footprints. And what you find does not seem to be made in the past day or two. This area seems to have been relatively left alone. Aras, Freya, and Rhea, and Wiri. The road that you're traveling down as you pass the house does have plenty of boot prints in the mud, as the rain is starting to really make the roads muddy. You're starting to, when you step down, it's starting to squish down almost an inch every time. And you know further rain's just going to make this worse. But you do see a decent amount of traffic in the form of boot prints and wagon wheels going back and forth. But at the moment, you don't see any people, no individuals hanging around of any kind. As you pass Van Carlo's house, there are no windows that you can see, and the door itself is shut. The house seems to be in good condition. But other than that, you don't notice anything out of order or out of place. What would you guys like to do?
Mary would like to produce the key that Robin gave her. And sort of, if he eventually makes his way back to the group, we'll ask him if Van Carlo ever told Robin what this was for.
He said it was in case of emergencies.
Mary looks at him, his or ours?
He shrugs one shoulder and says, I'm pretty sure that key just revolves around him. Look how intricate it is. And kind of points at all the little pegs on it.
Well, I suppose we will not get any answers standing out in the rain. And, Weary will very cautiously make one last good look around the street, around the house, and then very purposefully march up to the front door, like she knows exactly why she's there.
Gotcha. One last thing, Robin, that you would have noticed. Sorry, I forgot to tell you, is Van Carlo does have windows on his house. However, like many houses in this section of Old Corvosa that have any sort of money to them, there are storm shutters from the inside that can be locked, not only to protect against storms, realistically to protect against thieves or other unwanted people. All of the storm shutters on the windows seem to be shut.
Is it possible for me to recall the last state I had seen this building in?
Roll me an intelligence check. It's not something that comes to mind easily, but you do know that Van Carlo did have a habit of keeping them shut on a regular basis. He was a very private man and did not like people spying on him. At least in his home, he was a private man. Obviously, outside, he was very boisterous and outgoing, but in his own home, he did not like prying eyes.
Is there a chimney?
There are 2 chimneys, in fact.
I reach out and kind of take hold of Miri's sleeve and just tug her to a stop for a second. And then I gain Erdegar's eyes and fly it down one of the chimneys extremely carefully, as quietly as possible, to see if it can get in the house.
Unfortunately, it is not that style of chimney. They are narrow tubes with domed covers on them. Your raven would not be able to fit inside it. They aren't chimneys like Mary Poppins. They're more chimneys like what you would see,
like a smoke,
like a smokestack. Exactly.
Okay. He'll lean down and whisper to Miri, "I feel uncomfortable about this," and then let go over and continue walking with her.
Okay.
Where he will nod, acknowledging that he doesn't feel great about this, but like, there's not a lot else we can gain from looking at the outside of the building. So she will walk up to the front door, wherever that is, and knock on it briskly.
Okay. Give me a second here. I am about to share something with you guys, so give me uno momento.
Well, at least we didn't have to immediately roll initiative.
Look on the door. Hey, it's kind of strange.
Original size, and share it with people. There we go. Let me go to the orphanage.
Hey.
What is this? This is the outside. This is at the front entrance.
Mm-hmm.
You guys...
Are we all there? Or is it
No,
just
no.
one?
I just had to get all your tokens on the map. Feel free to arrange yourselves as you would choose. And look, everyone's circular. Everyone.
Except Rhea.
No, Rhea's circular.
Nope.
Except our
Nope.
Ross.
Except for us.
Oh, I can't tell from this.
Except the short one.
I can't believe you don't recognize your own daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Daughters. Because you realize that was
I'm way zoomed out on this map, so I can't see anything but the colored rings.
Because that was a double whammy. That's 2 mistakes in one.
What?
Mistaking Aras for Rhea, which means that you also mistook Rhea for something else. Alright. Is this everyone's marching order?
What are you trying to say about Aras?
I don't know.
No comment.
I don't judge, I just call it like I see it.
Ross, you're not with us, are you?
She's right here.
With Rhea.
She's right behind Rhea, which is right behind you.
I need to zoom in on this map, man. I can't see it.
Probably.
There we go. Okay.
Might be a good idea.
Well, consider the following. I'm an idiot, so...
No comment.
Alright, let me change the music for a second. Oh, gosh darn it.
Don't change it to fight music. We just got here.
Oh, nonsense. Just change a venue means change of music. There's nothing ominous about it at all. except maybe not with the added sound effects that make it sound like you're in a sewer. How about that? How about just the music?
What? We don't need reverb? Like we're listening to it 3
Well,
states away?
it has nice sound effects, but it makes it sound like you're like in an underground reservoir or something. There we go. Much better. You knock on the door.
Yes.
You hear no response.
Of course I don't.
But you do notice that the door is unlocked.
She will motion for everybody behind her to stand back a little bit. Can I roll, can I check and make sure, there's not, a trapdoor that's gonna open up underneath
Sure.
me or
Roll,
anything like that?
roll an investigation check.
Make sure the door's not a mimic, all that good shit.
Can I give her a hand?
Yeah, by all means, you have aid.
Okay. Put that at advantage. Investigation.
Okay. You don't see any signs of traps or nasty surprises on the door at all.
Okay, then she will very cautiously open the door, standing a little bit to the side, just in case.
Okay. Give me a second.
Robin pulls his weapons.
You see before you an elegant and colorful veranda throw rug, and it covers much of the floor of an otherwise empty room. Very well kept. A slight film of dust coats the ground. Robin, you know Van Carlo enough to know that while he wasn't like a clean freak, he did enjoy a clean home and would never let a film of dust fall on anything. He was a man who held a secret life as a vigilante, was a man of, despite his appearances in public, of extreme order and discipline.
Weary will turn to Robin and very quietly whisper to him, "If you see anything out of place, or anything that wasn't here before, let me know."
He holds up the just a minute finger, and if he could look around the room in its entirety, and if possible, touch the dust. This makes me care.
Of course. Roll me an investigation check. Or is it more of a perception check?
Investigation.
Okay, roll me an
I
investigation.
will aid you.
Roll again.
You do not... Oh, yes. Perfect. You do not see anything out of place. The throw rug and the room itself is always like that. He doesn't have... it's an entryway, so he doesn't have much in the way of furniture. The dust itself does not seem to be anything other than what you have become accustomed to seeing in constructed homes. Obviously, where you're from, you're accustomed to quite a bit more. But here, this does not seem out of place, other than the fact that with Van Carlo's home, he must not have been here for a few days to a week at least.
Okay. Alright. I kind of whisper all of that very quietly to Miri. I'm just gonna keep my voice as low as possible and then hold a hand for her to, if she wants to proceed or wants me.
Weary nods, and she will step in the doorway and, clean off her feet because it's nasty outside, and this is not her house. She will step in the door and allow everybody else who wants to come inside to come in.
Robin stands at the door and is going to prestidigitate everyone clean as they enter.
And then Weary will cast Sanctuary on herself as just a precaution, so she will probably take point.
Okay.
Could Freya make just a last check to make sure we're not being pursued?
Absolutely.
Just a perception?
Yes.
I didn't roll that on the chat box. There we go. Oh,
You are fairly confident you are not being followed.
of course. Then she'll go inside with everyone else.
Okay. You all make it inside. Where to next? You see, hang on, let me go ahead and reveal a couple other as you look down the hallway. You see a hallway that leads down towards the back end of the house. Several rooms. Of course, there's a room directly in front of you. All the doors are shut. You see 2 rooms down further the hallway, a fourth room down to the left, and all the way at the end of the hall, you see what looks like to be a fireplace and some couches, a lounge of some sort.
Can we roll a quick perception check? She's specifically looking for any disturbances in the dust, because it does collect on the floor too, so any footprints, and she's listening for any sounds, anything at all.
Okay, roll me a perception check. Okay. You do not see any footprints in the dust, and you hear no sounds.
Okay. Oh, let me actually move my token. Then she will... Hold on, let me mix. She will start by opening this door, the one right in front of her.
Okay. You see,
again, very, very cautiously. She's doing this very carefully.
The door swings open quite quietly and easily. The hinges are well oiled. This is a well-stocked workshop. Looks like it's for decorating or repairing bladed weapons. Several partially repaired daggers and rapiers lie on the table. They don't seem to be of any particular value, other than their craftsmanship.
Gotcha. Muir will turn back around and say quietly, "I'd lock the door, just to make sure that we aren't followed."
Freya could just lock the door. I assume it's a simple conventional lock, yes?
Yes, it is.
Okay, she'll lock the door.
And if she comes across any of the storm shutters that are open, she will close them.
Okay. They are all closed.
Okay.
Okay. Who else? What is everyone else doing?
Freya will cast Detect Magic on herself. So while she's falling from the back, she'll be keeping an eye out for magic.
Okay.
I mean, Uras is kind of following around, but taking up the rear. She doesn't want to step in front of anybody.
Okay. Does anyone move down the hallway, or?
Muri's taking a look around this room for a second.
Absolutely. As you saw before, it is a workshop of designed to repair, sharpen, and maintain blades.
This is very ominous music, Squeak.
What? I find it very relaxing. I don't know what you're talking about.
Robin's scared the old man had a heart attack and is just dead in here on the floor. He's gonna walk the length of the entirety. Humans are short-lived.
I can see him like cynically thinking, I bet you.
Please don't tell me he went that way. He's just on the ground with wine spilled over him and his own vomit dead. This is gonna be...
You walk down the hallway. Of course, you see stairs leading up to the second floor. And as I said before, a lounge. The fireplace is cold. It has been cold for some time. Go ahead and, you know what? I'm going to... Yeah, go ahead and roll me a perception check. I'm debating if I should just have everyone roll one perception check and just hold that for a while, or I think I like the tension of making you guys roll every time you come into a new area. Okay?
Oh, thanks.
Hey, anytime. You look around. Again, a thin film of dust, but nothing seems to be disturbed or unsettled.
Okay. I'm gonna wait by the stairs till people approach a little closer.
Okay. Who else?
I'd like to check this top door up here.
Okay. You find the bathroom. This room contains a freestanding bathtub and a toilet.
Of course I did.
Well done.
It's there if you need it.
So Ross will take the bottom door.
Second bathroom.
Every house needs two. You find what looks to be a study. A single leather chair sits at a desk, while two tall cabinets filled with books stand on the east wall. The papers on the desk are scattered. Some are organized, others seem to be left as if they were being worked on.
What was he working on? Like, what was the on top, I guess?
The papers you see on top are mostly accounting documents and ledgers for the Vencarlo Academy. Interesting thing to note, as you shuffle through them looking, it appears that up until the death of King Eodred II, Vencarlo's Academy was doing rather well. Obviously afterwards, the business kind of turned bad as students failed to show. Vencarlo took an increasing number of breaks, quote-unquote, from teaching.
Okay.
A quick look at the bookshelves show that many of the books center around sword fighting and philosophy.
And clothing with very deep neckline.
Well, no, that would be the closet. No, I don't know who keeps clothes in their study.
No, I was saying books.
Oh, book. Oh, right. Yes, research. Very important.
Yeah, there's like a GQ magazine or something. I don't know.
Very important.
I just feel like that's what he would read.
Sure. Okay.
God, if he was alive in modern day, you know he would be rocking like the silk leopard print.
Oh yeah, you know he would be. No, he's got more class than that. He would be rocking the silk 3-piece suit that's like audaciously colored, like yellow or something.
You can't tell me he wouldn't own like at least one leopard print item of clothing and at least one like Hawaiian shirt.
The Hawaiian shirt, definitely, absolutely. That's what he trains in.
Yes, that's the uniform for the school.
Freya, are you opening the other door?
She's gonna check the door first, but
okay,
yes.
Sure, by all means.
Investigation.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you are quite confident
Jesus Christ, a +12.
There are no traps of any kind on the door.
Okay, she'll open the door.
You find the pantry. Food and water seem to be stored there, although the perishable food has gone quite bad. Van Carlo, from what you're seeing, had no kitchen to speak of. And Robin, you know that generally he prepared food, brought in, and he took his meals in the living room or his workshop, and generally has food brought into his house from other places. He orders takeout a lot. After all, he is a noble. He does experience some comforts.
A noble and a bachelor at that.
Mm-hmm. Very eligible.
Anyways.
The room doesn't seem to have been messed with recently, correct? It just
Correct.
also film of dust.
As
Okay,
with the
so
rest of the
probably
house, it seems fairly untouched.
To the stairs!
All right. Who else is going? Robin, are you going upstairs too?
Oh yeah. So
Weary will follow after him.
All right. Below you, you will see a staircase. Go ahead and move yourselves there.
Oh, oops. Stop.
I got you. Back there.
Pick one.
You're sharing.
As you climb the stairs, you see what appears to be a training room. This is an open room. And Robin, of course, you would know this was used to train and practice sword fighting. You yourself spent some time here. Practice dummies stand in the western corners to either side of the brick fireplace, which is cold. The ceiling is fairly high, about 14 feet or so, as this is a room designed to be able to move around in. And the film, like I said, a film dust lays upon everything fairly untouched. It is eerily quiet. Even the rafters up on the roof seem to not creak or hum. But again, hum? Yes, rafters that hum. No, but again, Robin, you've spent time in here. None of this is unusual. It's a very sturdy and well-constructed house. The only unusual thing you have found so far has been the dust.
The dust and true way.
I'm sorry?
Nothing.
He has a few theories.
One is that he had a heart attack. Weary will try this door that she's standing in front of.
Okay.
Carefully, as usual.
You see Van Carlo's bedroom. It appears well lived in, but the bed is made and has not been slept in. A desk and a chair sit next to the bed, and a small clothes closet is to the north.
That's where all the V-necks live.
In the bottom of the closet, underneath the clothes, you see a very intricate, ornate chest of expert craftsmanship and design, with a strange keyhole that seems to have 3 openings.
Mm-hmm.
Robin nudges Miri.
Yeah, Weary will say quietly, before that, check the desk, would you?
Very unafraid, Robin just strolls in and boots the chair out of the way and opens the desk and starts going. He might even find one of those low-cut front shirts and borrow it.
Heck yeah.
Throw it in his bag for later.
One can
Good
only hope.
ventilation, those shirts. Excellent ventilation.
One can hope.
Yeah. So Mary will start looking at the key and trying to figure out how the... Because you said it has 3 prongs, right?
Correct.
Okay. She will attempt to use the key on the chest.
You slide the key in, and it smoothly enters without any trouble. You turn it to the right, and you hear a soft click and the lid opens. Inside, you find the following: a pair of gloves, a black mask, a pair of black boots, a black cloak, and a flask. And a note with a wax seal on it with the Van Carlo name, and on the front, written in simple letters, says Robin.
Weary will tap him on the elbow and give it to him.
He rubs the front of his face, looking tired, and boots the side of the chest before he takes the.
All right.
There's 8 black masks.
Yep, 8 of them. Look, man needs spares. By the way, Robin, these are very clearly blackjack attire. You, whatever your feelings may be, I don't know, but you do not definitively know one way or the other if they even knew who he was.
Yeah, after he's not going to close the chest or try and point anything out, unfortunately. He's going to read it and kind of position himself. Miri's already in the doorway and everyone's out there, so he's not too worried about her as a person.
Gotcha. As you read it, I'm going to drag you over into the whisper room.
Ooh.
So everyone else will be right back.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
God, what an abrupt stop to the music. It's a little weird.
Already.
So, I don't have this written out per se. I'm going to paraphrase it a little bit. But the letter is written, obviously, in Van Carlo's hand, and it says something along the lines of, "Hello, my dear friend. If you are reading this, it means that I am dead, or hopefully just missing. Either way, I am not around. In our time together, our friendship has grown, as I feel that we are kindred spirits. Society does not fully understand us, and as I wish not to be judged, I have never judged you to be anything more than a friend and a companion. But if you are reading this, then I can no longer take on the role of Blackjack. Whatever your feelings towards Blackjack, he is necessary. Corvosa has always had a Blackjack and will always need one, and if I can no longer become Blackjack, I wish for you to take the mantle, my friend. It is a great burden to place upon you, but I am growing older." And there's a hesitation in the writing. Or perhaps not anymore. But you are so suited and well fit to wear the mask and take up the cloak. But if you are to do so, if you are to fulfill my last request of you, my friend, understand that the role of Blackjack is as a protector, not a ghost of vengeance. Your goal, your desire, your mission would be to protect those of Corvosa from any and all threats, no matter where they come from. Not to gain vengeance for whoever or whatever ended me. I leave to you my equipment. It is magical in nature and should help you, including the flask, who I fear one of your kind might benefit from greatly. By the way, he never let on in any way, shape, or form that he might know of your condition until these words.
Oh boy. Okay.
And there's one last thing. P.S. This is all assuming I'm dead. If I'm simply missing, then you better come find me. That's the end.
Oh man. That's intense. Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna throw you back in.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I think we've made that comparison before.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank God you're back.
What's going on?
Nothing.
Don't ask.
Nothing. I can't roll perception for the next 10 minutes, but that's fine.
All right. After reading this letter, Robin wads it up, pulls his bag off his shoulder, shoves the letter in the bag, and begins grabbing the stuff, and states quite confidently, "He's not here. We'll have to keep looking for him."
Mary nods and does not ask about the note.
Alright, go ahead and take those items, put them on your character sheet. Until you identify them, of course, you're not sure what they do. But the gloves, the boots, the cloak, and the flask are all magical.
Okay.
I know what the boots do. They go on my feet.
What? As you are saying that and putting the stuff in your pack, give me one moment here. Oops. Sorry, I'm clicking on too many windows. Doing too many things.
Oh, who's that?
Hey, put that down.
Whose inventory should this stuff go in? Robin? Where?
Robin.
Robin.
Okay.
Robins.
Oh, friends.
Yes,
Who are
indeed.
these fucking people?
Around you, dropping from the roof, are 4 individuals covered in red armor from head to toe, wearing masks that look like some form of grotesque mantis.
Oh, Jesus Christ, wait, God damn
They
it.
hold serrated scimitars in their hands. Aras and Freya, the 2 next to you are going to get surprise attacks upon you, as you guys did not notice them in the rafters.
Did they
Yay.
not have anything magical on them whatsoever?
They do?
Sure.
Why?
I cast Detect Magic
When did you cast that?
when we entered the house.
I don't remember
Yeah,
that.
she said she cast it
Yep.
on herself.
Yep.
Well, interesting. Oh, hang on.
Retconning a little bit.
No, I might not have to. Give me a second here. What do they have? Oh. Yes. Crud. That does make things more difficult. Freya, roll me a perception check with advantage then. Because you deserve a fair chance as I figure out things out. You would have noticed magical items in a chest. You would have noticed magic of some sort in the rafters above you. But looking up above, you would see nothing. Simply that there was magic up there. I can rewind a little bit so that you could tell others. But these assassins are incredibly well hidden. You could detect magic up above you, but not where or who or what.
Could we... Well, let me... Are the rafters, like, easily accessible? Would it
No.
be strange for there to be magic? Okay. Could we just assume it's not a surprise round, then, if she already said there's something weird up there? Like, I know she doesn't know they're assassins.
No,
but
not really, because even if you know something's up there, you wouldn't be expecting people with serrated scimitars diving down upon you.
Well, I mean,
So
if she's
when
just staring up
Ara-
there the whole time...
when Freya would have said that there was something magical up there,
Mhm.
Aras would have activated her shoes and started walking up the wall.
Got you.
So, like, I don't know if it would be here or a little bit earlier. I mean, we could just say it was there, but she just figured maybe Van Carlo hid something up there or whatever.
You know what? I will say this, because I goofed. We will say no surprise round. Fair enough?
Sure.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me uno momento. Go ahead and roll your initiatives, please.
Ooh.
That coordination between Freya and Ross.
I finally rolled well, guys.
Well, the tank gets to actually go.
Well done.
Freya is bloodthirsty.
Oh,
Oh.
God. It's because she
She might
knows
not
who
be
these guys are.
bloodthirsty, but she definitely isn't going to be happy, yeah.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So, as they fall down upon you, you guys are ready for them, so they do not get a surprise round, but they still fall with unnerving speed. The first, let us begin. Assassin number 1 falls to the southwestern corner, pulls out a flask of alchemist fire, and throws it on the ground in front of Ross. The floor erupts in flame as the floor has been covered in oil.
Does it matter that I was gonna be walking up the wall?
It doesn't. I mean, it matters for you in the sense that you will not be on fire. Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. But these 4 squares. Oh, hang on. Oh gosh. Whoa. Let me turn this around. There we go. These 4 squares alight on fire. And with that, he would charge directly at Murray.
And
Through
have to
here.
make a wisdom save.
Can
Make a
we
wisdom save?
real quickly?
Yeah, she has Sanctuary cast on
Oh,
her.
right. Got you. Yes, Freya?
Could we get them in proper tiles? Like is Mary fully in the room?
Yeah, I know. The tiles here seem to be a little odd. Mary would be fully in the room.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah, we might have to finagle this because it looks like the grid is a little off compared to where
Oh
it should
boy.
be.
No, this is Muri's favorite thing to do is sit in the fucking doorway and let Robin take pot shots over her shoulder.
Actually, not quite so much because, let's see. Through the flask, it is going to take a bonus action to dash, and it's going to make an acrobatics check to try and get around you. Roll me a strength check, or just do it athletics.
That's acrobatics. There's athletics.
Okay. It tries to jump over you, very nimble, but you're able to just block it and keep it from getting around you, staying right in front of you. Assassin 4 falls down next to you, Freya, and pulls out 2 serrated scimitars and goes to strike at you.
No.
With disadvantage.
The first one's at disadvantage?
Mhm.
All right. 17?
17 is a hit.
Why
I
did
will
it
cast
not?
shield.
Gotcha. That's weird. Why is it not targeting you? There we go. All right, so the shield, what does that take your AC up to?
20.
Got you. All right. It's going to attack 2 more times. That's a miss. And that's a miss. As the scimitars blindingly fast slash out towards you and strike against your blue shield. Aras, your turn. We'll say you're about 5 feet up the wall. The ceiling is only about 14 feet high.
Yeah, I'm going up to the rafters. I know that I'm squishy and I want to try and stay out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
But I will shoot at assassin number 4
Okay.
on my way up.
That's a hit. And you hit him for 18 points of damage.
And I will shoot my second barrel. It's my bonus action.
That's another hit. And another 13 points of damage. Nicely done.
And I am running up the wall
Gotcha.
on the rafters.
Freya, your turn.
Oh no. Okay. Freya is going to, centered from here, she's going to cast Confusion. It has a 10-foot radius, so it'll target Mantis Assassin 1 and Mantis Assassin 2. So let me roll that.
All right. Assassin 2 succeeds. Assassin 1 fails.
Okay. You might have to like turn them upside down or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Mary, the one in front of you suddenly drops its guard, confused.
Sick. Okay.
And Freya
I'm so
is.
glad that's not on me this time.
I'm sorry. She's gonna willingly take an attack of opportunity, and she's gonna try to move down the staircase, assuming Amelia allows her past.
Does
Yeah.
Amelia? All right. Give me 1 second. That's what, 4? Give me a second. How long does your shield last?
It lasts until the start of her turn, so it's not up.
Gotcha.
But
That's a hit. You take 16 points of damage.
that's a lot of damage. She
That is a lot of
will roll
damage.
her con save to see if she can keep up her spell.
That's a lot of damage. Yes, you
Confusion is
save.
still up. She's gonna keep pushing down the staircase.
Okay.
Might be better to put her on the other map, actually.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and throw her there. Okay.
That's her turn, though.
Perfect.
Sorry.
Okay, bye.
Robin.
Bye, Freya.
Your turn.
Yeah, so alchemist fire got thrown into the middle of this wooden room?
Mm-hmm. And the floor lit up much faster than normally would. It's the right now it's lighted up in that 10-foot square.
Okay, he's gonna shout out, "Can somebody manage that fire?" And he can't really do much with Miri there. I can't. No, he's going to hold action for the time being.
Okay. For what?
I want to see if Miri moves, and so I can get through. I don't want her standing in the way. If she doesn't, then on my next turn, I'll consider it.
Got you. So if she does move, do you want to take a movement action?
Yes, I
Gotcha.
want to get to the other side and start stamping out that fire.
Understood. Rhea.
Well, assuming Mori was okay with it, couldn't you just walk past her token?
You can't walk past the guy standing there, though.
But he's in a stupor. He's incapacitated.
Doesn't matter.
He
You
can stop.
can't move through an enemy space, even if they're confused.
Didn't he just try to do that to Mori?
Yes, these are incredibly well-trained people.
Okay. I mean, well, then could you take the shove action just to push them out of the way?
Sure, but not with Miri there.
Fair enough. Sorry.
Shove Weary into them.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Whoosh.
So, anyway, bonus action cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will use my action. What is that? Assassin 3 with
Yes.
Human Bane Rapier.
Yes.
Cool.
That is a miss.
Okay. Next attack.
That is a hit.
Yay.
Do not add your human bane.
Too late. So
Oh.
it's 6 points.
6
Plus
plus 7. Gotcha. Human bane does specifically mean only humans, correct?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
know.
Oh no, I was
Anyway,
I was
it's
checking just to be sure. So 6 plus 7, so that's 13 on Assassin 3. Gotcha. Well, hey, good news is the bulk of the damage was done anyway.
Mhm.
All right.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Amelia.
I totally forgot about the fucking bell and it just scared the shit out of me. Why is that so loud? Anyways, so yeah, Amelia's going to Would she be able to attack number 4 from around the corner, or would she have to move forward to do that?
He would have a +2 to his AC partial cover.
Not if I make him do a save.
That's very true.
So, yeah, you can take this much, please and thank you.
11 points of damage to number 4. Okay.
And then also remind me, how much, what kind of action would it take to summon Annika? Would it be a full action or
Standard action, yeah.
Standard? Okay, good to know. End turn.
Okay. Assassin number 3. As a bonus action, flings a... I'm sorry, not as a bonus action. As a normal action, flings Alchemist Fire down at its feet, causing the room to burst into flame around you and him.
Well, that's fun.
I don't really have a good way of showing what spaces are on fire. Actually, I do for now. Hang on.
Oh, wow.
Give me a second. There. It's like that now. Rhea, you notice, and Ross, you'd probably notice this too. He seems to be just fine in it. I need you to make me roll a con save.
Make you roll a con save?
Nope, that's not what I meant to say. Rhea, if you would please roll me a con save. No. You are
Yay.
on fire. So, give me a second. This is not something I commonly deal with. I just want to make sure I got it right.
Is this a save against Alchemist Fire?
It's a save against Alchemist Fire on an oil-covered floor. The floor has burst into fire and she has caught a flame.
Gotcha.
Rhea, you can spend an action to put yourself out, or you can take 2d4 fire damage each turn. Of course, if you're standing in it, you can't really put yourself out that well. I mean, you can, but you're gonna have to just make an immediate con save.
Well, my turn is next turn.
Right. Fair enough. All right. And then with its bonus action, it's going to take the dodge action.
And do I take damage this round or?
No, at the start of your turn.
Okay. Cool.
Dodge with a bonus action. Savage.
Mm-hmm. Murray.
Okay, so here's my question. So the spell create food and water.
Mm-hmm.
Do I get to dictate what kind of food it is?
What kind of food? Yeah.
Yeah.
I would imagine so. Let me take a look here. I mean, it'd be a pretty sad spell if you just randomly get bananas. 45 pounds of food and 30 gallons of water on the ground. Yeah, I would say within reason you could choose what kind of food.
Okay. Well, Mary has one specific kind of food that she really enjoys, and that would be honey. So let's see. 30 gallons of water and 45 pounds of honey. Just extinguish that fire.
Yes.
Yes, I definitely would say it would. And since water and honey don't really hinder people per se, I wouldn't say that even drops your sanctuary.
Yeah, you're just especially sweet now, and now the floor is sticky.
yeah,
It might feel like difficult terrain with that much honey.
Yeah, you're gonna need a shower after this.
I don't know how
I
difficult
think
it would be to walk through honey. That's not something I've done
45
before.
pounds of honey. No, 45 pounds of honey is not as much as it would. It's not enough to make the floor hard to walk on, because you're thinking that's like, what, 2 jugs of honey spread out over a floor. That's not that much.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, it's at most a little.
And then it's
slippery.
also diluted with 30 gallons.
Got water, yeah. So I'd say that's certainly enough to put the fire out, not enough to hinder anyone. So
Well,
because of
and
that,
now-
also not
now-
enough to put out your sanctuary. So you're good.
Now the floor is wet, so hopefully fire will be have a little bit harder time catching on fire.
Watch out, everyone. The floor is wet. Don't
I know,
slip.
nobody put down a sign.
All right. Anything else, Murray?
That's my turn, man.
Okay. Assassin 2. Assassin 2 is going to run over here and hop up onto the fireplace and take attacks at Ross with advantage for flanking.
Except I'm way up on the roof.
Way up. You're 5 feet up the wall. The roof's only 14 feet tall.
I went all the way up to the 14 feet.
Either way, they can just reach up and stab you. So, and he hopped up on the fireplace to give him a little bit more boost. So,
I just wasn't sure if I would be considered flanking.
Yes, it still would be. Because you're on a roof that's 14 foot tall. You're how tall?
Well, I'm standing on the wall. So, along the roof. If that makes any sense.
Okay, that's different. Would they still be able to hit you? How far? 14 feet. That's 10 feet. So I'm staring at my own roof right now. You know what?
Like-
I'll say not advantage because I'm not confident that other one could hit you. So not advantage. Actually, this is really important though. Can it hit you or not? If it jumps. Oh, that's tough. Ross.
Yes.
Do me a favor, roll me a d20 and choose high or low. Because really, it's kind of a toss-up whether this guy could just reach up and hit you or not. And it's very important whether or not he can.
Okay. Low?
Okay. He is
Okay.
threatening to you. So I will say this. He is threatening to you, but not to a point where it gives advantage.
Okay. That's...
So, first attack is a hit. And he hits you for 31 points of damage.
Ooh. Ouch.
Yeah.
Okay.
The scimitar, the serrated scimitar, hits you on your thigh and just rips down your leg, cutting arteries and bone. Alright. Second attack coming at you. That's another hit. And Aras is down. Aras, you fall from the roof to the ground. I will not say it's enough to give you damage because it's only like 10 to 14 feet. Well, roll me 1d6 actually. Alright. Yeah.
Wouldn't that just be a failed death?
It would be. It would be a failed death saving throw. So, Ross, you hit the ground and fail one of your death saving throws. These guys are very deadly. The first scimitar cuts down your leg. The second one stabs up into your gut. And as you lose consciousness, it yanks you off onto the floor. Rhea, you just saw this vicious attack. Kitties! Not here. And neither is Portly. I should remove them for now. I said, get out of here. I mean, I love you, Kitty, but out. Assassin 1. Assassin 1
It's confused.
is confused. Let me roll a d10. A 10 out of d10. Hang on.
They act normal.
Yeah.
The act is normal. Okay. Murray, it is going to roll a wisdom save. Not its strongest suit. That's a success. So it's going to attack you the first time. Oh, it helps if I target you, of course. What's your AC?
19.
Well, wait. Is the wisdom saving throw to save against confusion, or
No.
is it just
Against,
no, it's
sanctuary.
just for the sanctuary?
Right.
Okay, gotcha.
So that does hit you. Yeah, and by the rules of attacking around corner, that could still give him sneak attack. So, hits you for 24 points of damage.
Whew.
rolls another wisdom saving throw. These scimitars are very nasty. It sticks into your armor and rips out feathers and skin. Second saving throw is a failure. So it tries to strike you a second time and just kind of doesn't.
Well, guess who's on healbot duty for this fight?
Mantis 4 steps over here, turns to Rhea. Hang on. Let me untarget the Freya who's not there right now. Turns to Rhea and flanking makes 2 attacks at you. First attack is a miss. 21's a miss because of your Shield of Faith. Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Second attack is also at advantage. I don't know why I didn't do that. One more time. Is a miss. So it makes its 2 attacks towards you and fails miserably. Okay. That's it. That's his turn. They got no more fire. Their fire's gone. Aras. You
Yay.
succeeded, or you failed a second death saving throw.
Yeah, give me like 30 seconds.
Woohoo!
Freya.
Not even.
Okay.
Brave
Let me
of
see
you
what
to-
she can do. Huh?
I was gonna say brave of you to assume they're not gonna keep attacking Aras.
Oh, I completely expect it. They're assassins. That's their job.
Freya.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think what Freya can do that'll be helpful and not hurt the party because of how we're spaced. Not a lot, honestly. Well, this is a dire situation, and Carlo, I'm sure, would understand. She's gonna come back up the stairs. I guess I should pull her back down there.
Mm-hmm.
Can she see, like, how? What is this wall?
No,
Is that a full wall? Okay.
It's a full wall. From where you are, you wouldn't be able to see 1 and 2. You could see 4, but you couldn't see 3. So the only one you can see is 4, and he'd have partial cover from where you are. Well, no, he wouldn't. He's right at the top of the stairs. You could see him just fine.
Okay. I think all she can do that won't hurt teammates is just a cantrip, unfortunately.
Hey, it's never unfortunately. Cantrips are awesome.
It just, I'd like to do more for them. But
I
yeah.
understand.
I rolled great, though.
17 points of damage is not bad, especially given how damaged he is. He is not looking great. He's certainly not on his last legs, but he is not looking healthy.
Freya's gonna give some space for Amelia in case she decides to back off.
Freya just walks up, boosh, walks back down.
Yeah, she's not gonna. She saw what happened. No, she didn't see. She heard what happened to Ross. She's not gonna stand there.
Right. Robin.
Yeah. Not able to do much from this location. He is going to put away his rapier and dagger, and he's going to pull out the cross hand. And is he able to take a shot, or is that?
Yeah, no, you definitely can. I don't
Just
count.
Shoot over her shoulder. You're
I don't
really
count-
a lot taller than her.
I don't count players as cover. That seems silly. That is a miss, unfortunately.
Okay.
All right. Anything else for your turn?
Nope, that's it.
Gotcha. Rhea, your turn.
Okay, so I'm just gonna use all of my lay on hands on Ross.
Okay.
So that's 35 hit points back.
Gotcha.
Wow, okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. And I don't think I have any other bonus actions, so that's that.
All right. How many points was it?
35.
So you only have 10 points of damage left.
Yeah.
Aras, you wake up with a gust of breath entering your lungs. You almost died. You think to yourself.
That was close.
Is that it, Rhea?
Yep.
All right. Amelia, your turn.
Almost died again. Alright, so Amelia is going to be casting so she's going to be casting deafness and blindness on Mantis assholes 3 and 2 at 3rd level.
Gotcha.
So
Cast away.
so she's going to do
Good movie, by the way.
Blinded. Huh?
Good movie, by the way. Cast away.
Oh my god.
Wilson.
So that would be this, yes.
Success and a failure. Who succeeded? Assassin 3 succeeded. Assassin 2 failed.
Okay, yeah, so he is blinded.
Mm-hmm.
So, there we go.
And what are their saves each turn?
Con save DC 15.
Gotcha. Oh, I think it'll automatically roll it for him because he has the blinded effect on him.
At the end of each of its turn, yeah.
At the end, right. Not at the beginning, at the end. Gotcha. Good to remember. Very important.
Yep.
All right. Is that your turn?
Yep.
Okay. Assassin 3 will continue to attack Rhea, who is very hard to hit, apparently. Rhea, this is, of course, with advantage.
Mm-hmm. See, you say hard to hit, and then he's gonna hit me.
Yeah, he does.
Are these
Mhm.
magical weapons? Because that makes a difference for me.
No, they're not.
Okay, so it's -3 then on the damage.
Hits you for 23...
So 20 points.
20 points of damage, and I believe you drop your concentration, your armor of faith.
Yep.
Alright, next attack, also with advantage. That's another hit. This one does 11 points of damage.
Okay.
As these scimitars, basically, it just goes to either side of you, under your shield and under your arm, and rips up through your armpits. Murray, these guys are nasty. You can see what happened to our Ross. You can see the damage Rhea just took.
Okay, so let's hop back into this fight. Weary is going to drop Sanctuary, cast Shield of Faith, and summon her spiritual weapon. Can I attack with it the same turn?
Yes, you can.
But
Those are both
you
bonus
can't
actions.
do that though because they're both bonus actions. Yeah.
Oh, are they? Okay.
To do... Oh, yes, correct. Absolutely. So, Shield of Faith or spiritual weapon.
Shield of Faith to start with, and then on the person in front of me, we're going to Sacred Flame at... which is a Wisdom DC.
Okay. Wisdom DC... Well, you can just click on it and then cast your... Yeah, control click to target it and then cast.
They have to make a dex save.
Right, no, control click on them and then cast your spell. It'll automatically roll it.
Hold on.
There we go. He succeeds.
That's too bad.
Alright, so you put Shield of Faith on yourself?
Uh-huh.
And then misses the cantrip. Any move actions?
Yeah, she'll take an attack of opportunity and,
Well, he can't attack of opportunity. He's confused.
okay, that's chill. Can I, it would probably be another attack action to, knock him out of the way.
Yes, that'd be a shove action.
Okay,
I mean, you
then
could always step to the side so that Robin can get past.
that's what I'm doing.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
I'll
say,
step to
do you
the
go
side.
into the closet?
No.
Go into the closet. Lock the door behind you.
Murray's done. Alright. Alright. Red Mantis 2. It's a very, very good thing you blinded it, because it was going to have advantage on a Ross. Now, it cancels itself out. It is blinded, but it knows where on the floor a Ross is, so it's going to continue to attack her, but not at advantage, which, given what happened last time, is probably a really good thing. I am going to say it also... Ooh, that's a fumble. It missed. One more try, and I don't know if the rules ever say it, but I can't imagine someone getting a sneak attack if they're blinded. That defeats the spirit of sneak attack.
Mm-hmm.
And another miss. It's blinded eyesight. It thought it knew where Ross was, but gosh darn, them dwarves are short. And
Did it take a
rolling out
good
of the
draw
way.
a fumble card?
I'm sorry. No, we don't do fumbles. Only critical hits.
Okay.
Oh, okay, all right.
And then it's going to make a con save, right? It fails. It is still blinded. Blinded by the light. Assassin 1. Oh, Assassin 1 didn't make a con
I was
save.
about to say
Is it a wisdom save?
wisdom save. He never made his check against me.
Oh,
Still definitely confused.
He's still very confused. An 8.
I think that's also Axe Stormbolt. No.
Confusion.
8 and 9 is something else.
Let's see here. 8 and 9.
It's 7 and 8. Creature makes a melee attack against a randomly determined creature within its reach.
It'd have to be Murray.
So-
But Murray has a +2 to her AC because of the door corner. So I will make an attack against Murray, and I will -2 to it. And it's just one attack, right? Just a melee attack, not a melee
Just
action.
One.
Gotcha.
Just one attack.
Miss. It confusedly swings at Murray, and his sword just catches in the door frame. Okay. Let me roll again. Oh, buddy. No. Just absolutely not. As a move action, this Mantis 4, from the armor begins spilling out a red fog cloud surrounding it. It's not hard to see through, but it is some sort of red mist that surrounds its being, and it will continue to focus on Rhea, trying to push that advantage there. Rhea, these are coming at you. That is a miss. Second one. Gosh darn, I keep remembering to hit advantage. And no, just no. Rhea, no. I mean,
Yay.
Rhea, yes. Mantis, no. That's that. Aras, you're awake. You're on the floor. Two scimitars stabbed into the floor next to you.
And I am so mad right now that I am filled with this intense amount of rage. And of course, I'm also bleeding. So, using that, I will cast Bane.
Okay.
On Assassins 2, 3, and 4.
Assassin 2 failed. So Assassin 2 has baned. So the assassin that is having so much trouble with you, he's blinded and baned now.
And now I'm going to drink a potion of invisibility and disappear.
Ooh.
Because it's a bonus action to take a potion yourself.
Yes, it is.
So I will take potion of invisibility. And then, since I'm invisible, can I move out of the way? Is it...
They can't take opportunity attacks against you if they can't see you. So yes.
Correct.
Okay. I am coming back here to the back corner as far away from everybody as I can. I need a second to regroup.
You technically aren't hidden from them, but they can't see you. So
yeah.
Give me 1 second, everyone. I need to attach Bane to this guy. Apparently it didn't do it, so I'm gonna do it myself.
Okay. I mean, it's a minus.
Well, but it's going to be much
1d4.
easier for me if we just put it
Yeah.
on it. That would be because Bane isn't a condition. Well, that's nice.
I mean, if we just remember on his turn.
You know what?
It's okay.
It might already be there, and because it's not a condition, it's not showing up. We'll just remember on its turn in case it doesn't do it automatically. All right, Ross. Anything else for your turn?
No, that's it.
Gotcha. Freya.
Freya! He comes over here. She's gonna help Amelia kill this guy.
Sure.
Reluctantly.
That is a hit. And another 11 points of damage. He is wounded, but not dead.
No.
Yes.
No.
I mean, yes.
Okay. That's the end of her turn.
Gotcha. Robin.
Yeah. He's gonna look over at Miri and hold out a hand and say, "You want to get out of this room?"
She will eye his hand and very delicately place her claws in it.
He pulls her into him and holds on her very tight, and disappears in a puff of ash. And Miri, you taste like this intense sulfur, and he's going to reappear with her. Yeah, actually switch from places right there. And set her down.
Okay.
And Ross, when they appear just in a puff of ash, and you smell brimstone.
You just say, "Oh, hi, Murray," and like reach out and touch her.
Murray, nothing says hi to you.
Muri jumps a little bit and then reaches out to touch you back.
Don't want you to run into me.
All right. Anything else for your turn, Robin?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. Rhea, how you doing over there?
I mean, could be better,
Sure.
but you know,
Yeah.
not a Ross at the moment.
Harsh.
So, bonus action to cast Branding Smite. And then I will try to hit Mantis 4 and get this guy over with. Do I get the
That's
Human
rude.
Bane Rapier? for this one, or-
Yes, on this one you do an advantage.
Oh, nice. Let me do that.
That is a hit.
Okay. So he gets this.
And with that, your rapier stabs into him. And as your rapier stabs into him, the person underneath the mask lets out a hiss. And the red vapor that surrounded it seems to consume him. And in a split second, all that's left is the armor, falling to the ground.
Well, that's not weird.
But Rhea, you were sure with where you hit him, no one would have survived that. You got him like right through the heart.
Right.
Oh,
That's very-
sorry. Anything else? Sorry, it's still your turn.
Huh? Oh, no. That's bonus action, and I'm not going anywhere.
You're not gonna use your second attack?
Yeah, you have
Oh!
2 attacks.
I forgot about that.
I do that too
I got
sometimes.
distracted. So this one would just be the regular rapier on this one. Where is that? I haven't used that in a long time.
That is unfortunately a miss.
Okay, that's that.
Okay. Amelia.
Yeah. So Amelia's going to take a step forward, and she's going to. Would Annika be able to immediately do an action?
When you yes. Well, yes, I would say so.
Okay. Because I pretty much just want her to do the help action to assist anyone who's planning on attacking Mantis 1.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay, so Annika appears next to Mantis 1, confused, who's probably even more confused now. What is going on? Anything else for your turn?
You said that was a full action
Correct.
to summon her, right? Okay,
Mhm.
yep, that's it then.
Okay. Mantis 3 is going to continue its assault on Rhea, snarling viciously. No advantage this time. First attack is a miss. Second attack is a miss. Cannot get through Rhea's armor. Alright. Weary.
Weary, still gripping Ross's arm, whispers very quietly to her, please don't leave me yet, child. And, let me target her pretty quick. And we'll cast, we're not gonna throw the dwarf. Death Ward.
Okay.
So essentially, if you drop to 0 hit points, you drop to 1 hit point instead.
On a
Here's a
Ross?
note. You
Yeah.
added the
Yeah.
effect to yourself.
Yes, you did.
Oh, oops. How do I undo that?
That's alright, I'll do it.
Thank you.
Go ahead and because you
Oh, it's on there. Yeah, she targeted both of us.
right. There you go.
I
You're
don't
good.
know how I did that.
You had
Oh,
yourself targeted.
Yeah, you had yourself targeted. Because you cast Shield of Faith on yourself.
Oh, weird.
That's
Okay.
fine. I took it off. You're good. And Ross, you
Thank
should
you.
still have it, right?
Yes, I
yes
do.
you do. Perfect. Anything else for your action? For your turn, I mean?
So for bonus action, we'll summon her spiritual weapon.
You can't cast 2 spells in the same turn. Well.
Yes, you can in our rules.
Oh, I keep forgetting you have that changed.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
Anything level 2 or below. As long as it can be cast as a bonus action, which it can.
Can
Okay.
you get flanking from spiritual weapon?
No, you cannot.
Okay, alright. Doesn't super matter then, but we'll cast it in between the right on the top of the A7.
Interesting note, Rin, I am considering in future campaigns I'm going to make that a feat, but we didn't do that at the start, so I'm not changing it now.
I could see it being very powerful in certain classes.
Sure.
With a cleric, it's not a big deal.
Sure. I mean, to me, it's feat worthy, certainly.
Yeah. No, as a feat, I could totally understand that.
Let's see. Sword. You need your sword. Where do you want your sword?
Huh?
Where do you want it?
Right on top of the A7 marker.
There you go.
Right there.
There you go.
And we'll take an attack at the number 1.
Gotcha. Go ahead and untarget a Ross and target him.
Maybe don't target yourself either.
No, she's untargeted now. Yeah, I can do it. There and there. Go ahead and attack. I do like that as a DM I can target and untarget things for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
That is a miss. The sword skids off its armor.
Gotcha.
Why is that only a +3?
This is a little odd.
What,
We need to take
Oh
a look
god
at
damn
my
it, that's
sheet, man.
right. You never... Okay, yeah.
Even
so that
if-
should be...
Wait, would a 16 hit it?
No,
Because that should be +5. Okay,
it would not.
So then, doesn't matter.
right. But we'll keep that in mind. Mantis 2. Blinded and baned. He doesn't know where anyone is. He's just gonna roll his con save, because there's not much else he can do.
Doesn't the Constitution save have like a negative because of the Bane?
It would have a -4.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
It does.
Boy, and if he walks forward, there's a sword right there.
And it'd be a 13, so it didn't add it, but I'll just say it'd be a 13 minus 3, 10. Does not succeed.
Nope.
Blinded fool. All right. Assassin 1 is currently confused and give me a second here. Confused behavior. There we go. I got it.
Okay.
It is creature does not move or take actions. Man, you guys are controlling the battlefield really well. He will roll his wisdom save and fail again. Wisdom, not their favorite suit. Aras.
Okay. Since I'm invisible, I'm not sure what all I can do. But first, I can feed Mori a superior healing potion.
That will take your action.
Yep. So
Isn't
Must
it
be
a free
so
action?
weird.
Isn't it a free action to pass something?
No, I will pour it down your throat.
She's
so you don't
she's
have to worry
feeding
about
it down your gullet.
What? Why? You can just hand it to her.
But then you have to take your bonus action to drink it.
It's not funny that way, but it's a fair point. You'll be able to use your spiritual weapon instead of quaffing a
Are
potion.
you're gonna have to stand on your tippy toes to get up here, man.
All right, so go ahead and roll me 4d4, please. 4d4 plus 4.
That's for greater.
What are you using?
Yeah, I'll use.
I thought you said you were using greater.
I didn't, but that's okay.
No,
Did you
no.
say superior?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, well, then
but
you-
actually, I want to do a greater.
Okay, gotcha. That's fine. So 44 plus 4. So 13 plus 4 is 17.
And
Yay.
I will reload as well for my bonus action.
Are you
Gotcha.
adding that back for me, Squee? Or should
Yeah,
I?
I'll add it back.
Okay.
And
'Cause I can't do math.
I will try again to get really high up in the corner.
With your movement.
Yeah, with my move.
Gotcha. You're back
Like-
up in the corner.
Where I can, like, get out of people's reach or out
Right.
of the way.
Understood. Okay. Anything else? That's it?
No.
Perfect. Freya!
Woo. There's only one guy who's even doing anything, right? It's just Assassin 3.
Yes, 2 and 1 are just out for the count at the moment.
I guess she'll just continually cast cantrips. Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
no.
no.
Oh no.
All
It's a
right.
good thing you don't roll fumbles.
Bonus action movement.
What?
Do you want bonus action or movement?
She doesn't have any bonus actions. She'll probably just end her turn there.
Gotcha. Robin.
Yeah, he's going to move. Oh, those lines are a little.
Yeah, they are. You should just be able to manually adjust them.
Yeah,
There
he's
you go.
gonna slip right past that spiritual weapon.
It very gently rises in the air to let you under it, sinks back down.
As you pass, you see like one of the mantis, like the blind will like jerk its head up, like it hears something but doesn't know where.
He takes a slight double take at the ghost and nods at her. And is going to go ahead and pull out his dagger and rapier. Might be able to make an attempt.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
Main hand will sneak attack, right? Yes.
Yes. To be fair, if I'm gonna go by the rule simply because there's a feat to it, you can draw one of your weapons as a movement action. You would
Okay.
need to draw the next one next turn, or as an action.
So I can pull one.
Correct.
Rapier.
Yes, because there's technically a feat that lets you pull more than one weapon at once. That is a miss, unfortunately.
Okay.
All right. Anything else for your turn?
Nope, just positioning himself.
Gotcha.
Wait, which one was that against?
That was against
3. Okay,
3, yeah.
never mind.
All right, Rhea.
Let's try this again.
Go get him.
You can do it.
Surround this man in the corner.
Yeah.
That is a hit.
There's just a wall of people in between him and the door, so.
And just let me check my spell real quick, because I will throw a smite on.
All right, that's 9.
I'll do it for. That's.
By the way, just a fun picture for you guys. You might enjoy this. This is a picture that is included with the combat. Not so much fire, not since the water and honey.
Nice.
Second attack.
That is also a hit.
Oh, wizard looks like he's
I'm
about to
so
come
glad
in.
I prepared. I'm so glad I prepared that spell.
It's
I was
very
anticipating
nice.
like feeding the party and not like using it in combat ever.
It was a very clever solution. That fire, I mean, just think about it. If you had not done that, everyone would be on fire right now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, probably not. You guys would have adjusted, but you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
Okay. That is nicely done. That's a lot of damage. That was 30 points of damage right there.
Yeah. And I guess this is the last of my first level spell slots to try and cast Shield of Faith on you.
Gotcha. Okay. Amelia, your turn.
Okay. So apparently nobody wants to take advantage of the help action, but whatever. Yeah, so Annika's going to scoot over here, and Amelia's going to attack this motherfucker. Right, no, she's not gonna. Would the help action help with a ranged attack, or does it have to be melee?
Has to be within 5 feet of whoever you're helping.
Okay, so then yeah, I'll just stab him because I have that option.
Sure.
You
Yeah.
can do it.
Yay! So advantage, yes.
Technically, yeah. I mean, technically, they should be within 5 feet of you, but that's fine. I say that follows the
Am
spirit
I
of
not within
5 feet of no. Annika would have to be within 5 feet of you. Rules as written, but I think the spirit of the idea, that would work just fine. She's distracting. Whether she's distracted on the other side of her or not, it still works. So by all means.
Plus,
Sure,
she's kind of a ghost, so she could technically like just kind of sit on top of him like a hat. I
Right?
mean,
Right? 16 is a
16
miss,
miss.
unfortunately.
Never mind, I'm useless. And
Sorry.
turn.
Oh.
Sati. Alright. Mantis 3. This is not good. This is not what he signed up for.
I would argue that this is exactly what he signed up for.
Okay, fair enough. He continues attacking Rhea, and as he does so, you hear like this soft hissing voice. You will never see her again. Camille sends her regards. And misses. And hits.
You...
Hits you for 18 points of damage, but you do manage to maintain your
So-
concentration.
15 points of damage.
Correct.
I gotta do math. Alright.
As Rhea is not looking so hot. That's good. It would have been really embarrassing if you missed both of those after saying that. Camille says hi.
Well, damn, dude, she can say hi all she wants.
Weary, it's your turn.
Okay, who all has been injured in this fight?
I totally haven't been injured.
No, I know about you. Rhea, did you take damage?
Literally everyone but Amelia has taken damage.
Literally
Oh.
everyone but Amelia. Okay,
Yep.
so literally everyone but Amelia can get healing.
Real
Well,
quick.
except you, Robin. Sorry.
Mary, real quick before you go, before I forget, as well as when it said this, Rhea, a red mist started pouring from the armor surrounding it.
God damn it.
Alright, continue, Mary.
Is he trying to bounce? Is he trying to bounce out of here?
Don't know.
Okay, so this is... Let me make sure I know what this is going to do before I do it.
Usually a good idea.
Actually, here's an interesting thing. Freya, because you are who you are and you're standing right where you're standing, roll me a Arcana check, please. Okay. Freya, you didn't see this happen, I don't think, but you see in front of you on the floor red armor and what looks like dust, but not normal dust. This seems to be the remains of a body.
Oh.
My. I'm sure she's probably processing that. That's probably why she missed. Probably looking down at that very confused.
Alright, my apologies for continuing to interrupt you, Murray. Please continue.
You're good. So we're gonna cast Mass Healing Word at 3rd level, so 1d4 plus 5.
And
plus,
remember,
we do this every time I
Beca-
cast a fucking...
because it's new, remember, your magical item can be cast as a bonus action.
Ooh, that's right. I don't think it's Mass Healing Word, though.
No. I'm just reminding you because it's still a brand new item.
Gotcha, yeah. We'll save that for after the fight.
Sure.
Because I will be out of spell slots by then, probably.
What do you mean? You guys are rocking it. I mean, actually, you guys are doing really well, all things considered.
So 1d4 plus 5 plus...
So Murray, hang on.
another 5.
Who are you targeting?
Anybody who wants it up to 6 people.
So I'm just gonna target everyone, including yourself.
Okay.
Okay,
so...
Go ahead and roll it for it. Or do
So
cast the spell, I mean.
Well, I'm gonna do it this way. Hold on.
Oh, no, can you actually cast the spell? That way it automatically adds it to everyone?
Well, because it's not gonna add everything. Because my...
Oh, well, I can add that manually. Just
Okay.
cast the spell and then we'll add whatever's left. Perfect. So everyone heals 14 points. How is that plus 10? What is that plus 10? I'm just curious. That's amazing.
Okay, so my wisdom odds a plus 5.
Mm-hmm.
Then because I am life domain, I get 2 plus the spell's level, which is level 3 spell. So that's
nice.
another 5.
Very nice. Is there anything else you need to add on to that?
Yeah, I heal myself.
Oh, you're already at max.
Okay, that doesn't matter.
Right. So, Robin, I'll readjust you.
I got it.
Oh, perfect. Perfecto. Okay. Anything else, Maury? I'm gonna go ahead and untarget everyone before we forget, and you hit everyone with like a fireball.
Let's keep the one targeting number 1 because I do have to attack him with my spiritual weapon.
Got you. Go get him. That is not a hit.
Well, see, I'm good at some things and just not good at others.
Sure. Assassin 2, please, everyone can't see what is happening. Son of a bitch.
Oh.
I just can't even. This is hilarious. Oh, man. What are you doing? What are you doing this round? 9? Oh, you can move and act normally. That's nice. He's going to retaliate on Amelia. No sneak attack. That's a plus. Amelia. That's a hit. for 11 damage and a miss. There we go. Give me a second as I get some more music going here. What is combat-y? How about this? This seems combat-y. There. So, yeah, you know, he does okay and rolls his wisdom save. No. Just, no. These assassins are just thinking, fuck my life. Ross, your turn.
I knew I should have been a farmer.
Though it's so weird. He's got horrible luck on his saving throws, but amazing luck on his dice rolls for the confusion. I think that's like the second round he's been able to act as normal, and he had another round where he could attack Weary. It's been pretty bananas for that. Just he can't shake it. Aras?
So Aras is really pissed off about what that guy said about Shala, and so she's gonna go ahead and break cover and tell that guy suck lead. Try with my second shot as well.
You have advantage though because you're invisible.
Oh, do I?
No.
The
Well,
first time.
let me ask.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I believe the invisibility goes away after the first attack.
Correct. Technically, you're attacking from a hidden position, so it's still a miss, but you get one more shot.
Okay.
And no.
Nope.
Oh, honey.
Blowing holes in Van Carlo's walls now.
Yep.
That's okay. He can afford to fix them.
Oh, Sib. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm just gonna look at my gun and try to figure out what happened with the sight.
Gotcha. Freya.
Okay, that was something. Ross, suck lead, misses twice. I think Freya probably kind of looks up from the red dust, and she's just like, oh, right, we're in the middle of a battle.
Who's not familiar with the gun? Robin. Maybe Robin's like, did it work? Did she do something?
There was a sound.
She seemed very confident. All right, Freya, yes. Got you. Sword of Flame hits. That's a hit. For 14 points of damage on assassin number 3. He's not looking so hot. Anything else for your turn? Mm-hmm.
I do want to, because it may matter for later since we're probably going to be running into them more.
Mm-hmm.
She is going to use a bonus action for her insightful lore feature. She just wants to determine what type of armor they're using in the armor class.
Okay.
But I need to know what check.
Roll me a Arcana check.
Okay.
28. Here's what you know. You have never seen armor like this before. This must be custom designed. But whoever made it is mastercraft, not only in armor, but also in imbuing items with magical abilities. The armor seems to have... I'm trying to think what school... Well, it wouldn't really tell you what school, would it? But what are you looking for? The AC?
The AC.
18.
18. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You've
That's
never
a
seen
lot
armor
for
like this
something that
before.
big.
Usually people aren't that upfront about their personas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you think it's very well magically imbued armor and skill adding to this AC.
Gotcha.
Because these
So it's
things
like,
these things move like nothing you've ever seen before. Maybe Robin could match their speed, but none of the rest of you could.
so like incredible studded leather, but better than studded leather.
This is metal. This is plate mail, but it's very light and
Plate
very thin. You've never seen anything like this before.
Okay, gotcha. That gives me a much better feel for it. Okay.
Yeah.
That's their turn, though.
Gotcha. All right, Robin.
Yeah, he is going to take a rapier attack at this guy in front of him.
That's a hit.
I'm going to save my sneak attack.
Okay, that is 7 points of damage.
He's going to. dagger. He's going to take a second attack.
And that's a miss.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else for your turn?
Mm-mm.
Rhea.
Okay, so let's hopefully maybe finish this guy.
Maybe not.
No, that's
Maybe
no.
not. Maybe one more. Hey, Opa.
Okay, and then 7 damage.
That is enough. Again, for the second time, you skewer him with a shot that you were sure should disable, maim, or kill. And as you stab it into him, the red mist seems to consume the body within, and the armor falls to the floor.
That's so much fun. Love it. Jesus Christ, I'm moving here.
Gotcha. Alright, Amelia.
You can do it.
Okay.
Whatever you're thinking about, you can do it.
Acid
So,
splash.
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Fucking Christ. Yep. Amelia is going to cast. You know what? Fuck it. Blindness and deafness on this motherfucker.
Oh
He's
my god!
failed all of his other shit.
He's so confused.
Why not add insult to injury?
Confused and blind. Why
Mhm.
not?
Alright. So, wait, no, save. There we go.
He fails!
Yeah, by 1 fucking point. Whew. Okay, so yeah,
Blinded,
you're blinded,
confused.
bitch.
The other one's blinded and baned.
With him blinded, would she be able to disengage without being attacked, or would
Yes,
he
if
just...
they can't see you, they can't attack you, yes.
Perfect, she's gonna take a step back.
And that's not even including the fact that when they're confused, they can't do attack of opportunity.
Oh, perfect. Okay, yeah. But yeah, Annika's going to be helping anyone trying to attack. The next person who tries to attack the number 2 is going to get help from her.
Gotcha. Understood. Weary.
So let's see. So because he's blind
He
and
is.
confused,
Uh-huh.
so if I cast Sacred Flame, which has a dex save, what does that mean for him?
Give me a second here. I think the blinded condition gives you disadvantage on dex saves. Give me a second. 5e conditions. Blinded.
I think it'll like disadvantage to hit.
Blinded creature can't see an attack automatically fails. The ability check requires sight. Attack rolls, the creature have advantage. Creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. Yeah, so technically it would have no disadvantage on its saving throw.
Okay.
If you made an attack roll, it would be at advantage, though.
Yeah.
Including with your spiritual weapon.
Which is true. We haven't... Yeah, now that it's blinded. I was going to say,
Okay,
we haven't been
then-
doing that, but it just got blinded. It hasn't been blinded.
Okay, then Weary will take a step forward to attack with her mace.
Gotcha. Her trusty,
doesn't
dusty
usually do.
mace.
It's not usually something she does.
I understand.
She's not a very walk up and hit things person.
That's definitely a hit, though. So today, she's a walk up and hit things.
How do I roll damage for that?
There you
we
go.
Okay.
9 points of damage.
And then her spiritual weapon.
Is that really the first? Yeah, that's the first damage he's taken. He's had everything else done to him except direct damage.
I've been trying to hit him, but like
I know, your spiritual weapon's been not on this game today. Nope. No. Your scimitar's just not in it. Its heart's not there.
yeah, well.
Anything,
We're trying to focus on healing everybody this fight.
anything else on your turn?
No, that was it.
Okay. So blinded guy has targets in front of him. He can hear them. He's gonna try and attack, but which one? Rhea, you are 1-2. Robin, you are 3-4. Rhea! Well, that's unfortunate for him. He might have had a chance in some way, shape, or form of hitting Robin. I don't think he's got any shot in hell with Bane and Blinded of hitting Rhea. But let's find out. That is no, and... Oh, that was a critical, but no. Welp, can you at least save against the blindness? No, of course not. That is the third one you've rolled, you idiot. Maybe you hit a guy that was already suffering from glaucoma and you've just destroyed his eyes.
You know, well, here's what I think. I really think that, like, these assassins should really be hiring these, like, random dudes on the street who get sneak attack damage and, like, 3 nat 20s in a row.
5. Does not move or take actions this turn. That's a nice one. That's swell. And is a 14 enough to save, Freya?
No.
Well, crap. Oh, con save, though. No. just all of the nopes. Ross, your turn.
So, I am aiming at Red Mantis Assassin number 2, and he's blinded, so I get advantage, right? And
yes.
also with Annika there as well.
Correct. Yeah. So you can't double the, but yes, that's a miss, unfortunately.
All right.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Reloading.
I had to reload before that, but yeah.
Gotcha. Freya, you got people wandering around blindly over here.
I think she kind of like is peeking around the corner, like head over like Amelia's shoulder, like what is going on? Like,
Do you tell Amelia what she's standing in?
that's a good point. It's I don't know if Freya would focus on that because she'd be afraid of Amelia panicking.
Right.
Why would she panic?
Oh,
I'm
God.
not saying she would.
And
I'm saying
it's
Freya would be afraid of
Oh,
it.
it's wet and honey, so now it's getting like slushy paste.
Oh no!
Keep in
Why did
mind.
she never learn prestidigitation?
Oh,
Oh, her boot.
All right, Freya, what are you doing?
the guy standing on the fireplace.
Hey there, that's a hit. That's 12 points of damage. Okay, that's the first time he's been hit. Gotcha. Robin,
Yeah, he
make sure everything's...
moves his. What?
I was gonna say, make sure every attack's with advantage. Doesn't matter who you're attacking.
Okay. Yeah, he moves his way to be a wall between Amelia and this thing.
Uh-huh.
And is going to strike into him with his rapier.
Yeah, blind guy can't attack of opportunity, so you're good. Go ahead and roll. Nicely done.
Let's see if that adds it on or if I'm doing it wrong. And still didn't.
You have to actually click on the, because I saw this with the mantises. You have to click on the part in between the brackets.
Okay.
Go ahead and just roll me 3d6. I'll add it. Nine. Whoa, 333. Okay. All right. These guys, despite their horrible condition they're in, they have not taken a ton of damage. I imagine that's going to change very quickly, but at the moment, they're okay.
Offhand?
Yes, by all means.
Alright.
That's a hit. Just barely. And another 3 points of damage. Okay. Anything else for your turn?
That would be it.
Okay. Yep, I'm just going to put this out there as blanket. Until these guys save against something, all attacks against them, any of them, are with advantage. Rhea, your turn.
Okay. Do I have the human bane?
On this one, no.
Okay. It's still advantage, though.
Yes. That's a hit.
Thank God.
And 10 points of damage. Nice.
Okay, and then second attack.
And that's almost a crit. Almost. Another 6 points of damage. Nice. Okay, they're starting to get hurt pretty badly. Anything else for your turn?
No, that's it.
Okay, Amelia.
So ranged attacks also have
Yes, advantage.
advantage.
They can't
Okay,
see where it's coming from.
Fair point. So in that case, Amelia is going to hit this motherfucker with advantage.
That's a hit.
22 for 15 points of
As
damage.
Firebolt hits him directly in the chest and burns into his armor. Into her armor, actually. That's a she.
Alright, she's gonna scoot over and end turn.
Gotcha.
Well, now she ain't got no titties.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's how you know it's a she. Weary.
Miri will continue to attack with her mace.
Gotcha.
Should still be targeting, right? Yeah.
That's a 22. It's a hit. I know, Amelia, but it doesn't do anything right now. They're all blinded. 6 points of damage. Gotcha. I understand, Amelia. And Annika's working really hard.
And then spiritual weapon.
Oh god, spiritual weapon has
Man,
not hit
I'm
anything.
firing this sword.
Oh, it has not hit anything all fight.
You need a new weapon, dude. Just have a talk with Serenray. Just like,
Okay.
listen,
It's like,
man.
lady, this
You
isn't
mean
working for
Saren
me.
gay.
Ria, I hope you're
Saren,
prepared for
yeah.
this.
He
I
cried.
don't think I am.
These devastating attacks coming your direction as he
It's
flails
gonna hurt.
quite literally blindly at you. No. And, no.
The pain.
Well, the horrible, horrible pain. And as a movement action, or part of its movement, red mist begins to surround this person.
God damn it.
Assassin 1, what will you do on this day? 8. Make an action to attack a randomly determined creature. So it will be Muri or Robin. Muri 1, 2.
Or the sword.
No, you can't attack
It's
spiritual
not a
weapons.
creature.
Muri 1, 2. Robin 3, 4. Muri, this is coming towards you. So
We're
not
with a
Amelia.
21 AC right now.
I know, right? Like, these guys, their rolls have been so poor when it comes to these things. Why is that with advantage? That's a miss, anyway. Should not have been with advantage, but it's a miss. Well, there you go.
It was
Disadvantage.
It
Oh.
dropped to 16.
Well, good. Perfect. Great, because of the blinded effect.
Yeah.
Alright, wisdom save for no, and constitution save for no. Just no. Oh, by the way, I need a constitution save for number 2 over there as well. No. Araz, it's your turn.
So Ross is gonna kind of like bang her gun up against the side, maybe there's something stuck or something, and try to shoot assassin number 2 again.
That's a hit.
That's better.
Finally!
There you go. Oh, snap. Nicely done. You hit him in the back of the head, hit her in the back of the head, and the bullet goes through her helmet into the wall. And as with the others, the body is disintegrated by the red mist as the armor falls to the floor.
And then I reload, and that's the rest of my turn.
Gotcha. By the way, I just want to point out, I think officially now these red mantis have failed more spectacularly than Van Casterkin did. They have not just failed all their saving throws, they have abysmally failed them all.
Well, and it's not just been one guy failing
No.
some saving throws. It's been 3 people.
Many rounds, yes.
Yes.
Freya, your turn.
This guy is absolutely hopeless.
Yep. Blinded,
I don't-
confused.
I don't think she would want to attack this last guy. She'd probably think it'd be better to just take him alive. At least try to. I understand. Normally you couldn't do this, but this man is confused and blinded. Can she just start taking off parts of his armor, like his helmet? I have no idea if you would allow that.
I bet if you made like an attack roll with a weapon, you could. Like,
No,
knock
here's what I would
off.
say. First, roll me an intelligence check to see if you can even figure out how this stuff comes off. It's completely custom armor.
Okay.
And to be
it's a
fair,
flat-
putting on and taking off armor is not exactly Freya's strong suit. Yeah, flat intelligence.
Oh, it definitely isn't.
Oh god, no. You don't know where's the seams?
Oh yeah, this is tearaway armor.
Yeah, no, that's very fair.
I just kind of imagine she goes to pull it off and then slips on the honey.
Well, no, this
Well,
was
that
just to
is
see if
because
she
of
could even
the-
figure out where to start pulling. But yeah.
I think she's just going to perform the shove action and try to knock him prone.
Okay.
She's going to attempt. She's
Yeah.
gonna roll an athletics check against his.
No, it would be first. It would just be you make an attack, and then the attack has to hit first. To
Not
make
for
a
the
shove
action.
To do shove action. Oh no, I'm sorry. You're absolutely right. I was thinking of something completely different. I was thinking of the Battle Master thing, which you're definitely not. So his athletics, or your athletics versus his, it's going to be.
I
his
believe he can
acrobatics.
use either.
Yeah,
he
it's,
can use
well,
acrobatics
ooh,
or-
it could also be. You know what? He's going to use his strength. Those are about the same.
No. So Freya runs over to him and tries to knock him on his ass. It doesn't explain why.
Yeah.
That's her turn.
Doesn't quite work. All right, Robin.
Yeah. It kind of looks like we're trying to take him hostage, does it not?
A little bit.
That's what she was trying to do.
Weary's not pulling any punches.
That's true. She's hitting it with a mace.
Yeah, no, you don't have to follow Freya's lead. Freya just didn't feel the need to kill him.
So yeah, a good point is from Robin's point of view, Freya went up and pushed him, but everyone else around has been hitting to hurt.
Robin glances down for a second, evaluates Freya, and is going to try and use the rapier to knock his head.
Use the rapier to do what?
Knock into his head. Just use the back blunt end of the
So
rapier.
non-lethal damage.
Mhm.
Gotcha. By all means, attack. That's a hit. 11 points of damage. Non-lethal.
I forgot the sneak in. I'm gonna add those if you don't
Oh
mind.
yeah, 9 more points of non-lethal. Gotcha. Okay, he's not looking too hot.
And then with the other hand, just jam it again in his face.
That's another hit. That's 3 points. Nice. Okay.
That was a miss?
A
Right?
12 is a hit?
Oh no,
Oh, that was a miss.
that was a miss. Sorry. For some reason, I saw the green and I was thinking really high. I gotta be more careful with that.
Mm-hmm. Actually, look at the number.
Perhaps.
Well, might
Perhaps.
help, you know.
Hmm.
All right. Anything else for your turn?
Nope, that would be it.
Gotcha. Rhea.
Alright. Gonna move up and try and knock him out using non-lethal.
Okay.
Is it human bane or no?
This one is, yes.
Okay. Cool. Oh,
That's a miss. That's a hit.
Alright. And then all this non-lethal damage.
That is enough to knock it unconscious. He falls to the floor in a heap. Okay. What now? We're out of combat.
So I would suggest removing the armor so it doesn't do that red bullshit and then binding him.
Mm-hmm.
So does someone who actually knows how to deal with armor want to help with this?
I will help, yes.
Rhea, as you go to take it off, you realize that much like what Freya found, this is highly customized armor, the likes of which you've never seen before. It is a metal alloy. It's very light, very thin, and very hard. But you're able to take it off because armor has certain necessities, as in breastplates can only be made so many ways.
Good, because otherwise I was going to start grabbing my crowbar and...
The master
Fire.
key.
Just pry it off.
Yep.
Yeah, Amelia's going to dismiss Annika.
Okay.
And Mary will dismiss her spiritual weapon.
I'm also gonna take any weapons that are on his person as well.
Freya will help you collect the weapons off of the other corpses,
You
so he can't grab at anything.
got you. You get 2, total from all of them, there are 8 serrated scimitars.
Jesus.
They're very nasty, as many of you have found out. The hooks are curved backwards, back towards the hilt, so that when you pull it out, it tears even more.
Ooh.
And as you begin to peel the armor off this guy, you also find on them, daggers. Give me a second here. They are not of any remarkable make, other than they are just sturdy, good quality daggers. They seem perfectly balanced for throwing. The armor, as you peel it off of him, you see a very pale-skinned man beneath it with no hair and very dark, almost midnight eyebrows. He looks to be perhaps in his 30s. It's hard to tell with the bald head, but definitely middle-aged, not young, not too old. Incredibly physically fit. His conditioning is probably on a level of, say, Robin or Rhea, like a body built to fight. You're able to peel off the armor, and how do you tie him up?
I was gonna say that Amelia would offer up the what's it called again? The iron bands of binding.
Gotcha. So with that, you are able to securely bind him. You find nothing else on him. The weapons, the armor, that was it. The alchemist fire containers shattered on the floor is the only other possessions that any of them seem to have. The rest, you see piles of armor and weapons that are identical to this man's, but no bodies. But as you search them, you do get icky human elf paste on your boots and hands. It becomes very clear as you investigate them, as Freya found during the fight, that this mist consumed them.
That's great.
So, what are we gonna do with this one?
Mary casts an eye over to Freya and says, I do hope you have a plan. I'm afraid torture is not quite to my taste.
I don't want to torture him, but that doesn't mean we can't learn something.
They are assassins. I wonder what you want to know.
Just-
Location of a hideout might help.
Yeah.
I don't have the right stuff memorized right now, but that doesn't mean I can't. I just need time.
How much time?
Maybe a day.
And are we to stay here till then?
No, but if we keep him blindfolded, we can take him with us. He's not able to really run away. She points at the bindings. And if he doesn't know where he's taken, it should be fine.
So we're
And-
just going to carry a body down the street?
As you are all speaking, he suddenly wakes up screaming in terror and pain, blood dripping down his nose. I'm sorry, mistress. I'm sorry, mistress. I'm sorry, mistress. Don't hurt me anymore. As he takes 11 points of psychic damage.
God damn it.
I think Freya would probably fall to her knees and try to do something to help them, but not a healer.
Yeah.
Doesn't have a first aid kit.
Do you have Dispel Magic? That might help.
She does, but I don't think that affects like on him. I think it's like an instantaneous damage effect.
Mm-hmm.
He, as you kneel down to help him, his eyes are darting around wildly. This man is terrified. Like, terrified into a frenzied state. He's struggling against the bands, but he can't move. He can't do anything except dart back and forth and go, I'm sorry, mistress. I'm sorry.
Weary will kneel down and say to him quietly, does she speak to you?
His eyes widen. She hates you so much.
I know. I wonder if she hates me because she is afraid.
Everyone roll me a perception check. Oh, guys,
Well,
Hold on.
Sure.
Mine
Ah.
tipped from a 19. I'm so upset.
Weary, the rest don't notice this, but as you bend down to speak to him, you realize he closes his mouth, and you think like he's trying to work to say something, and then you realize he's biting his tongue off.
And she will reach down and pry his mouth open.
You open it before he can get his tongue off, but it looks like he had already bitten it to the point of being bloodied. The amount of force he was using was an amount of force that few people have the will to do, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But you managed to stop him in time.
Ross will take one of her arrows and, like, put it in his mouth so he can't do that again.
His eyes just continue to dart back and forth wildly.
I think Freya would be looking around for something like to use as a gag. Like if she couldn't find something, she could probably tear off some cloth and use that. Because an arrow is not gonna stay there.
Oh, yeah, no, I would, like, secure it with some cloth and stuff.
I mean, there's a closet in the other room. So.
Yeah. I just
Okay.
don't want him to be able to bite down on his tongue or to harm
Right.
himself anymore. I don't know.
Mary narrows her eyes at him and says, I do consider myself to be a decent healer. Doing such a thing will not help. And she kind of sits back on her heels and looks around. Well, what now?
So, what was in the... Did you find that box?
Yes. It had his, And she looks at Robin. It had the outfit in it.
The outfit?
Oh, you know, the one for his alter ego.
Oh. Okay.
And she continues looking at Robin.
So, where do we go now? Here?
I, for one, would like to go home. And she will reach out to Majenko and ask if he has seen anything.
Real quick. Wings. I need to pull you back down to DM real quick.
Yeah.
1 second.
Secret.
Gosh darn it. I completely forgot one part of the letter.
Yeah, what's the other part of the letter?
He had tracked down Salvatore Scream's home in Old Corvosa, but had not had a chance to go investigate it. But he notes in the letter that Salvatore Scream may know the location of Kerpopolis, who is vital to the safety of the city. And he denotes in the letter where Salvatore Scream's home is. And I completely forgot to give that to you.
So Robin is aware where Salvatore Scream's home is.
Correct.
Just that he hadn't had a chance to go there as far as he was.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm throwing you back up.
We don't have to, but I feel like we could get a lot from him, and he doesn't have to be able to speak for us to do that.
Oh, I'm not saying that we let him go. I'm just saying that, like, bringing him back to the orphanage feels like a bad idea.
It is. I
Mhm.
agree.
Squee, are you back?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I was gonna say, I wonder if we have another place near here that we could stay for the night. Well, we have this place we're standing in.
Yeah, that everybody knows we're in.
Sure, but
What
I
time
mean,
is it at this point?
Probably 2 in the afternoon.
What does Majenko say, if anything?
He's keeping watch outside.
No, he's keeping watch.
I'm sorry, say that one more time. It broke up.
Majenko is keeping watch over the orphanage. Only
Oh.
Robin's familiar followed us here.
Oh.
Mhm.
could
You
you
can't.
talk with Majenko?
Yeah, you can't
that
communicate
far?
Majenko at that distance.
I can't.
You can't communicate with him at that distance. You can summon him to you, but then you'd have to send him back.
That's fine. I can do that.
Okay. You
I will
mhm.
step out of the room with the guy in it, and downstairs.
Okay. And then you dismiss Majenko from where he is into the pocket dimension, and then summon him in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
And Majenko arrives. Hello, friend.
Good evening. I hope I did not take you by surprise.
You are covered in blood and feathers. Are you well?
It has been a rather trying day.
I see. You'll be happy to know that the mob passed by the orphanage. There was a moment where one of them went to investigate, but his colleagues mentioned something about the house with the bees, and he thought better of it. They have passed on. At the moment, no one knows we are there.
Excellent. Thank you for your help, my friend.
Of course. What would you like me to do now?
Well, I don't suppose you have any answers about assassination families, do you?
No. We house drakes have no need for assassins.
I think you ought to count yourself lucky for that. That
I do.
remains the bane of the human.
Majenko will nod his head. Can I be of assistance in some other way?
Not as of now, I don't think. We are, as of the moment, without a direction to go.
I see.
Though I would ask you this. In the houses surrounding mine, there were, at one point, people I knew. You could keep an eye out for neighbors who might still be alive, I would appreciate it.
I will start searching.
Thank you, my friend.
He'll nod and flap his wings a bit and say, "Is there an exit to this building?"
I'll take you to the front door.
And Weary takes Majenko to the front door and lets him out, and he flaps away, gracefully, like a dragon.
Be safe.
You hear in your mind, "You as well, friend." And as you do that, we'll switch back over. Robin.
Two things. In previous experience of things in my life and whatnot, I'm going to assume that whatever this man on the floor is terrified of, should I roll something to assume that possibly he's linked to someone and isn't going to last long? He looks like a man who isn't going to survive this.
I see. Roll me a medicine check. Ooh. It is clear to you that whatever trauma this man has suffered, be it what just happened or earlier, his mind is, if not shattered, definitely on the cusp.
Robin will state to the group, we have a time limit with him, and I'm not sure he's going to stand the night. I do, however, know where we can find Salvatore's scream.
So what are you proposing?
He shrugs impartially. We finish him off here and get information if we can and move on quickly. We're losing daylight.
Amelia's gonna look at everyone else.
There's no need to
Weary
finish him
is
off. He's
downstairs for
bound.
this conversation.
Yeah. Sorry, Freya, you said there's no need to finish him off. He's bound?
Yeah.
He bows politely and says, it is, of course, your captain.
Amelia, your plus, is it still valid, or?
I was actually gonna ask how fucked up he looks. Because he said that he was bleeding and stuff. Does he look like he's still dying, or?
He's taken several wounds from Weary's mace and a couple other damage items. He's gotten several deep bruises from the back of a rapier, from the back of multiple rapiers. Actually, I think all his non-lethal came from rapier hilts. His mouth is covered in blood from where he managed to bite his tongue. If not completely off, tongues bleed very badly.
Yeah, so Amelia's going to shake her head and say, we need as many answers as we can get, and at the moment he's the only one who can offer them, and she's going to cast Death Ward on him.
Oh. Interesting.
You know, Weary's downstairs with, like, Healing Word and low level.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but I'm right here with Cure Wounds at level 2.
Yeah.
And also, this guy is an assassin who's already attempted to kill himself. So...
I mean...
And he's dead. That's fantastic.
No. I just removed him from the turn order. I'm going to throw his token in there.
Okay.
You fucking killed him.
God damn it.
While you were all talking, he broke his pinky and he's dead.
He had a cyanide capsule in his pinky. Fuck. Why didn't I think of it?
So, Arasul reached down and cast word on, or not, cure wounds on him.
I was gonna
Okay.
say, there's no point in casting Death Ward twice.
Okay. 3 plus anything else?
No. Oh, wait. Yes. But I don't know what is my spellcasting modifier.
Should be plus wisdom for a cleric.
So +1.
Gotcha. So 4 points. All right. You're able to. What do you focus on?
Probably
Like-
anything above the neckline is a good bet.
Yeah. Like the head and face. Sorry, where on his body I'm focusing.
Yes, exactly. I mean,
Yeah,
he's
like
got a
his
very bloody
tongue.
mouth. He's got. Okay, so
Yeah.
we'll say that you're able to heal up his tongue. All right, and yeah, with his tongue healed, he simply, I mean, not much he can do. He's still gagged. He just stares
Yeah.
around wildly.
Say,
You know what this might be time for, Rhea? Some calm
Yeah,
emotions.
I was about to suggest it.
I was just gonna tell
was
him,
like-
we're not gonna hurt you if you don't hurt us.
Freya also would say, if you're worried about outside influences, I can take care of those. I just need some time. Go ahead and do what you can to calm him down. Oh, only a few minutes.
Okay.
At this point, Mary is coming back up the stairs.
And I will attempt to cast the bane of my existence.
You can do it.
But he doesn't have a thing on here now, so he needs to.
How does one cast Camille?
Listen, man.
Camille's there, very confused looking.
Get her!
At this point,
do you want me just to
Mary
roll
is
the
walking.
save?
Yeah.
What is it against?
Charisma DC 15.
Charisma. Give me a second. What are their? Ooh, he's actually got a +1 to that. Well, that helped him so much.
Thank you.
His
The second time it's ever worked.
his eyes, not narrow, unwidened. I don't know what you would call that, but they go from being wide-eyed to normal.
Relax.
There you go. Relax. His eyes relax. His pupils dilate a little, and he slumps to the ground. He begins.
Freya, by the way. Oh, sorry.
I was
Go
gonna
on.
say, he begins breathing heavily and then looking at you all calmly.
She's just ritual casting Tiny Hut so that he can't be affected by outside spells. That's all
Gotcha.
I meant to say.
Okay.
I was gonna say, at this point, Mary's coming up the stairs, like, grumbling quietly to herself about the fact that this house has no fucking kitchen. House does not have a kitchen, and she's not a fan.
I actually think this would be an excellent place to stop for the evening, but if anyone has anything quickly they'd like to address or say or do.
Not anything that can't wait till next session.
I'm good.
I'm also good.
Okay. We shall say that at the end of the session, Freya is able to cast Tiny Hut, which not all of you will be able to fit in.
It's a 10-foot radius. I think we could.
I believe
You
it
can fit
says
9 people in it.
It says 9 people? I thought it was 6.
9 creatures of
Oh,
medium
perfect.
size or smaller.
Well, then perfect. You're all gonna have to really clump together, but you can do it. I thought it was 6. My apologies. But yeah, Freya is able to cast Tinnamon's Tiny Hut, and you are safe from outside magical sources.
Oh. If that's the case, I'm gonna heal him some more. Because I figure we're about to take a rest.
At least a short rest.
What? Okay.
1 plus what?
1.
Oh, okay, 2. One of the bruises given to him by Rhea is not gone, but has that yellowish brown color instead of that deep blue.
Let's just use all of the healing.
Okay. Bruises are going away.
There we go.
Oh my gosh, you guys are just throwing all your heals.
Well, I don't have anything
This
else.
is gonna be a named NPC who will be very important to us 3 sessions later.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, he's the one chance we have right now lead to find Shala, so...
Yeah, and
sure.
the minute you stop killing an enemy and you are like, okay, now we have to talk to him, then they become your responsibility.
And it's even worse. There's no kitchen for Mary to offer them food.
And or else
I mean,
give away all the rations.
she has a create food and water spell, but it's bland food. It says that in the spell. But she's a cook and she can fix that. But there's no fucking kitchen.
Can't you add flavor with prestidigitation?
You can.
You can.
Oh god.
Yeah, and we have that spool of sustaining for the gruel.
Hang on.
Sustaining spoon.
That's disgusting.
Hang on, real
Yeah,
quick.
but you can make it taste better.
Real quick. Does that mean it was bland honey? Something about that just upsets me.
It was just really low grade honey.
Excuse me, nothing that Mary produces that is food is low grade.
Yeah, it was
Okay,
just
that's
bland.
fair.
Bland, high grade honey. Like you have that and you're just like, yeah, that's not good.
Protein
Okay,
heavy.
so we'll say
yes.
that you just can't make spicy food.
Right. So no. I mean, we're gonna stick with it. You can make the honey. It was just very bland tasting. Luckily, no one tried to eat it.
Yep.
We'll go ahead.
It's all over the boots.
It's
and the
everywhere.
floor.
You guys. Oh my god, he's covered in it on the floor here. Not the human stuff, luckily, but the honey water mixture. We'll go ahead and stop here for the night. Next week we'll pick up, and you guys will figure out what your next steps are. Alrighty.
Sounds like a plan.
Ta-ta, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.